I'm going blind. I pressed one, but is it here?
Yeah, close.
I was gonna press the wrong.
All right, we live. Oh, you know.
No, you gotta turn the camera. Oh, okay, come on. But it's aiming to us on.
Oh shit.
I ain't that blind.
There you go. Now you said, well, I'm not the cameraman.
We're on.
Check it.
You on the main page?
Yep.
Oh, you on.
We on?
Fine.
All right. Shalom. We're the Hebrew Israelites. We come out week in and week out. The prophets are the downfall of the sinful kingdom called America, also known as Babylon in the scriptures. First and foremost, before we get started, we want to give all praise to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son in their proper true names in the Hebrew tongue. Call,
Halayim, La,
Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushua,
Ba'Hashem,
Ha, Rakah,
Kodash,
Ma'amah. All right, double honors to the apostles and elders, the great millstone. Also to our elders as well down here in the Lions Den of Yasharala camp, Area 1. Salutations to all the Akimara folk on the earth, prison, truth, and sincerity. All right, today we got a lesson. Lord willing is edifying to the hopefully elect out there. Also, the men, women, and children that believe sincerity as well, man. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump straight into it.
All right, so the lesson topic today, we're going to go into Revelation 16. And if you understand Revelation 16, it's breaking down the destruction that's coming to this place, America, and also talking about the destruction of the wicked, which is Esau. All right, and 2/3 of our people that don't get right with the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, before the judgment day hits, they're going to get destroyed with these heathens right here in America. All right, and if they're alive on the earth, once the elect get taken up into the chariots and they get brought back down to this earth, anybody that's on this earth that's an Israelite then, that's not in the truth, they're going to get their ass whooped and get destroyed. All right, so that's what we're going to get into, the destruction that's coming into America, which really already started a little bit. You can see, the precursor of it. All right, with Esau messing with the sun, solar flares, what do they call them?
Solar mass injection?
Coronal mass ejection. All right, the earth is overheating. Then they're talking about ICBMs. Just recently, you had them talking about the Biden administration having something to do with the Nord Stream pipeline being destroyed, which really cut off a lot of gas to Europe, not just Russia. It cut off supplies or gas to Europe and Germany. So that's why last year they didn't have any electricity or any gas. All right, all because of the Biden administration. Now it's coming out that the Biden administration has something to do with it. America has something to do with it. Now Russia is talking about bombing America and attacking America. All right, and then all of a sudden you have this train derailment. All of a sudden you have balloons popping up in the sky and they call them UFOs. All of that is to distract the people from what the Biden administration was being exposed for. All right. So I'm gonna get something real quick. Let's get to it real fast. Let's get Ezekiel 37:5.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 37, verse 5. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh unto these bones, I will cause breath to enter into you, and ye shall live.
Right, so the Lord said, right before the destruction comes, the Lord's going to put his breath into it. What's his breath? It's the spirit of truth. All right, that's the Lord's breath. All right, if you don't have the breath, what happens when you can't breathe? You're dead. All right, go ahead. So the Lord promised us that we were going to, Revelation 11:8. Because the Lord said it. All right, go ahead.
It's St. John 17, verse 16. They are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. Sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is truth.
Right, there you go. So the Lord is going to sanctify. The word sanctify means to separate or to make holy unto himself. And the Lord is going to sanctify us through his truth. That's it. Not walking up to you putting oil on top of your damn head. All right? Like they do in these churches. We do it too, but we do it on the Passover. All right? So that's the anointing right now, is to understand and have this truth. If you don't have this truth, then you're outside of the temple of the Lord. The Lord is rebuilding the tabernacle of David. The Lord is building a spiritual house. And if you don't have that spirit of truth, then you're outside of the temple. All right? Go ahead, brother.
Verse 6, and I will lay sinews upon you.
You showing that Revelation 11 and 8?
Yeah.
Revelation 11 and 8.
Yep.
And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city.
Right. Somebody get that discontinued from the heritage? We didn't get too far from Revelation 16. Though.
I'm gonna keep going or hold on.
Hey, hold on, so somebody get it. Somebody get it real quick.
I got you.
Yeah.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17 and verse 4. And thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee. And I will cause thee to serve thy enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in anger which shall burn forever.
See that? So if we kindle the fire in the Lord's anger, he's mad at us, so he cut us off from being a nation, and we discontinue from our heritage, man. Our laws, our customs, our culture, our nationality. Our people have been calling themselves black, African, American, everything but a child of God. All right? A child of God, the original sons of God are called Israelites today. All right? So, what you just read?
Jeremiah 17:4.
Right, read the first part.
Jeremiah 17:4. And thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee.
God, see, the Lord gave us that heritage, so the Lord giveth and the Lord can take away. All right, and the Lord said, if we turn and we repent, not by your damn self, but as a nation, or a certain number that the Lord is looking for, 144,000 and the 1/3. If we'll turn and repent to the Lord, then he'll turn and heal our land. Why? Because he has the power to do so. All right, he has the keys to hell and death, our current condition in this hell upon earth where Esau ruling. All right, he said we're going to discontinue from that. When did we discontinue from our heritage? In 70 AD, when we got ran out of Jerusalem by Titus and Vespasian. And by 73 AD, you have Vespasian put a hit out on us, so anywhere we ran to, they were looking to kill us. So we had to hide deep into these nations, deep into the areas of Africa. All right. So, all right, and after that, we got sold into slavery from the western coast of Africa. All right, so we discontinue from our heritage, then you get this. Go ahead, brother, Revelation 11.
Revelation chapter 11, verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt.
Right, that's this place, America. America is called spiritually Sodom, spiritually Egypt. We got the spirit of Egypt on this place. The same things we went through in Egypt. Our bondage, you know, the idolatry. On the back of the dollar, you got the pyramid, the obelisk that they have here in America. America is spiritually Egypt. And it's also the place of our deliverance, the second Egypt. All right? And it's also the spirit of Sodom on this place, nothing but sodomy. And it's getting worse. Somebody had to get rid of their dog the other day because that was turned into a damn, yeah, the male dog liked another male dog. He had to get rid of it. So that's how disgusting and polluted this place is, man.
Precept.
All right. So yeah, man, the Lord promised us. He said we were gonna be amongst the heathens, scattered and spiritually dead, not knowing who we are. If you don't know who you are today as an Israelite, that's why you don't know, because you were put to sleep. And when you were born into this earth, the first thing you learn is what mommy and daddy taught you, or what the doctor said to you. And then they start putting cow milk in your damn mouth. If the mom don't breastfeed. You know what I'm saying? So everything we were taught growing up was a lie unless you were born into the truth. All right? The truth that the Father's name is Yahweh and his son named Yahushua, that you're an Israelite, which is Yasha Allah in the Hebrew, Yah meaning he, Shar meaning prince, Allah meaning power, meaning you're a prince that has power. If we don't have Yahweh with us, then we don't have any power. Our lights is out, we're dead, all right, as a nation. All right, sorry, Egypt, I need that real quick.
All right, this is Revelation 11 and 8. and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified.
Right. So this is the place. This is the place where our Lord was crucified, and the crucified means to X out. All right, to X out, meaning they cut off our Lord here. They didn't even allow us to read. This place is built upon nothing but lies and wickedness. It's built upon robbery and lies, man, and bloodshed. All right, and also this is where they afflicted the children of Israel at, causing them to crucify the Lord afresh every day. You know, making wholesale off of the sins of our people. Our people eat pork, they make a factory out of it. Our women got a curse on their scalp, they make weaves. You know, our people stressed out, they're gonna move to some type of something that alters their
like lean and weed and pills
lead,
and stuff like that.
drinking. You know, with the native tribes. Then you got idolatry. They made money off of that. That's like one of the biggest ones right there, Christianity. All right, and their holidays, the children. So all the curses on our people, Esau make money off of that. Oh, I need this real quick. Yeah, finish this real quick.
All right.
And then you gotta do that.
Verse 9, and they of the people and kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half.
Right, so that's 350 years. We were over here in slavery, and then the truth got spoken around the 1960s, 1970s, 1980s, 1990s, 2000. We almost out of here. Go ahead, brother.
It says, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves.
Right, they didn't allow us to read, because Revelations 1 and 3 says, blessed is he that readeth. So they knew if we would read, we would find God somewhere in them pages. All right, because the main thing people were reading over here in America and in their schools was the Bible. All right, when they would go to school, they would go to church. That was their schools. Now you have the Rockefellers who built up this whole curriculum to teach them everything about nothing. To keep people distracted after they get past kindergarten and middle school, learning your ABCs and your basics. Then they're like, what else can we teach them? Well, we got to teach them something. We'll teach them everything about nothing. Just to keep them busy and teach them how to be factory workers. All right?
That's when they started, the curriculum started to train individuals how to be either white collar or blue collar. The white collar are your executives and your businessmen that wear suits. Your blue collar are your factory workers, that are people that learn trades and everything else. Yep. So then they gave away. Then they started going away from that, and you can go to college and major in basket weaving. So they have all these people. Who said it? They said it on the news. On a news briefing the other day. It said, a woman came out there. She said, our people are spending. The American people are spending the hundreds of thousands of dollars to be stupid. Because the whole curriculum of the universities is stupidity, man.
Yeah, it said, the Lord said the wisdom of this world is foolishness.
Verse 10, and they that dwell upon the earth.
Right, real quick. And then they went from that to the children and the women. Yeah, women's lib. They developed the daycares to take the woman out of the house, make her work. Now she gets jobs, she get money, and then he got Big Brother looking out for them with welfare and child support. She don't need a man in the house. And then you wonder why these things are set up against you, being an Israelite man. One of these people, you don't have a chance in this society. It's not meant for you to make it here. If you're a man of the Lord, you're going to have things. You're going to have some money. You're going to have wisdom. A lot of us got talent. But you can't fall for it when that woman starts to blame you, saying you ain't nothing because you can't find a job. You can't believe it. You shouldn't listen to them when this job tell you or give you energy like you something wrong with you. You got to realize and know the wisdom that you were here first and Esau came in and stole our shit. So you'll be a fool to believe what these people telling you compared to what the Lord telling you. The Lord said you got to look at yourself through heaven's eyes, not through these damn demons' eyes, man.
Because
don't ever have somebody see you more than you can see them.
Because what does the scripture say? The Lord shall make a man more precious than fine gold. And that's what the Lord is crafting into us. But the deceiver will take all value away from the men of the Lord.
Look at you over there burning. Nah, I'm being perfected.
God.
Look at you over there in your adversity.
Yeah.
Look at you, little black demon. Well, the Lord said we are gods, man. That's what we need to hang on to. That's our anchor. You know what I mean? All right, let's keep. So
All right.
the next part should be the point.
All right. It says,
So he said we're gonna be spiritually dead in this place called America. That happened here, man. They tried to do away with the name of the Lord, do away with the Hebrew, everything about English, the king, the queen, the king's English.
because these two prophets tormented them that dwell on the earth.
Right, because when the Lord establishes his prophets, the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom, we begin to torment these nations because we deal with righteousness, the laws. And they deal with what? Wickedness. That's why it's called heathendom, meaning the world of the heathens. All right? Pagans. And we were tormenting them, especially with King Solomon and King David.
Verse 11. And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from Yahweh entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them.
See that? So we're pressing toward the mark, which is the kingdom, the goal, the finish line. And by the time that finish line hit, the Lord is looking for a set number of men that's willing to stand up. Who will stand up for me against the evildoers? But a lot of people not willing to stand up, so they fall for everything. Anything. But the Lord promised us, man, that he's going to wake up his prophets. He's going to put his breath into us, the wisdom of the word, and he's going to bless us to understand who he is, so we can stand for him in this time of darkness where our people need answers. But our people are crushed down like a lion, weakened, no more strength. But now we have our power, so we got strength, so we able to stand. Go ahead, brother. All right, go ahead. Where was that? Oh, you got an interjection.
This is Baruch chapter 2, verse 30.
Right.
For I knew they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves.
That's right. See, stiff-neck. Stiff-neck meaning they heads cannot turn around for shit. They stuck this way. I'm going this way. No, this way. But he said, the Lord said, in the land of their captivity. See, what happened to us in Egypt? We were in captivity. And we were delivered in 1446 BC. So now, in this AD, we're looking to be delivered in biblical times still. See, the biblical times didn't change, the people changed. They tried to do away with the Lord, do away with the stories about Moses in the Bible. They tried to do away with the stories about our deliverance, all right? And he said what? The last part?
It says, but in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves.
So that's the focus. In the land of their captivity. What land is it talking about? This land is your land. This land is my land. America. All right? When we still ain't get 40 acres of mule. It's Esau land. Shit named after him. America. Amerigo Vespucci. All right, go ahead, brother.
Ezekiel chapter 3 and verse 8. Behold, I have my face strong against their faces, and thy forehead strong against their foreheads. As an adamant harder than flint have I made thy forehead. Fear them not, neither be dismayed at their looks, do they be a rebellious house.
Right. Can you imagine you walking one way and the whole earth is walking in that same direction? Then the Lord said, hey, buddy, turn around. And then you turn around, you got to face the whole world. But the Lord said he made your forehead hard against theirs to push against them. All right? So, I missed anything on that? That was it? Okay, okay. So, yep. So the Lord said what? He made our forehead hard against their forehead, man. All right? Go ahead. You, bro.
Oh, God.
Yep, to wake our people up.
This is Ezekiel 37, verse 5. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh unto these bones, behold, I will cause breath to enter into you, and ye shall live.
Right. This ain't gonna cause breath to enter into us and we shall live. Other than that, we're spiritually dead. That's why he said our dead bodies are gonna lie in the streets of the great city. America's that great city. All right, America. Babylon. Go ahead, brother.
And I will lay sinews upon you, and will bring your flesh upon you, and cover you with skin.
Right, so the Lord gonna give you strength, give you culture, knowing that you're an Israelite, give you the laws again. That's what the sinews represent, meaning muscles and veins. He's gonna put flesh on you, meaning a covering. I'm no longer black. I'm no longer void. I'm no longer African. I don't know what the hell I am. I'm an Israelite. Meaning I'm a child of God, but what is his name and what is his son's name if thou canst tell? I'm a child of Yahweh. Now it's getting closer. But how can you get to Yahweh without going through his son? Now you got to know his son's name, Yahweh. Now you got the key to the door. Go ahead, brother.
And put breath in you, and ye shall live. And ye shall know that he is the Lord.
Right, so he said we're going to know. See, that's why we know, and 2/3 of our people and these heathens, they don't know. All right, because the Lord put them into the dark. Go ahead.
So I prophesied as I was commanded, and as I prophesied, there was a noise, and behold, a shaking, and the bones came together, bone to his bone.
Right, so that's our job to prophesy. And the bones are going to come together, bone into their bone. Meaning what? Israelites going to cling unto Israelites. Right? The 12 tribes coming back together. But not because we moved into that land, but because we coming together spiritually. All right? The Lord is building a house. Go ahead.
And when I beheld, lo, the sinews and the flesh came upon them, and the skin covered them above.
So that's going to happen after the prophesying. See, after Abba Bivens, after King Marshall, after Elder Yaquab, after Elder Apostle Tahar, and now us. All right, so that's when the people gonna start waking up. The fullness of the Gentiles be coming, the Israelite foreigners. Go ahead, brother.
But there was no breath in them.
Yep, but then you got IUIC, you got ISUPK, you got all these sideline camps that don't have the breath. How do you know they don't have the breath or the full armor? They're teaching that the mark of the beast is Christianity, you know, or an embargo. So they don't have the breath, but they got the look, they got the sinews, they got the muscle. You know,
flesh.
Huh?
Even flesh, just don't got the breath.
Yeah, they even got the flesh.
They
Yeah,
got the tussle.
they out there yelling, yeah, we're going into slavery, Esau. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put my foot in the end thigh up your ass.
He said he had to me.
Like that, right?
That's right.
You ask them to do a breakdown, they can't.
Then said he unto me, prophesy unto the wind, prophesy son of man, and say to the wind, thus saith the Lord, come from the four winds, O breath, and breathe upon these slain.
Right, so that means we're scattered all around the four corners of the earth. And how is that through? We're teaching through the internet. All right, the unicorn, all over the four corners of the earth. All right, and breathe upon these slain, man. We were slain. Okay, go ahead.
That they may live. So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came unto them, and they lived, and stood upon their feet, an exceeding great army.
There you go, man. Exceeding great army. All right, that was it on that. All right, can, somebody get yeah, because the Lord is commanding that we go out and prophesy, man. That we go out here, come out here and teach, and we teach to the wind. So if nobody's listening, we still supposed to teach to the wind, and the Lord will bring people by to listen or have them watch it on the internet. All right. Let's get Isaiah 32. No, Ezekiel 37:5. No, Isaiah 52:2. Sorry about that.
I'll bring out the precept.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Nahum chapter 3, verse 5. It says, behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame. And I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vile, and will set thee as a gazing stock. And that's talking about America. Going back to Revelation chapter 16, the downfall of this place. All right. It says, behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord of hosts. So he's against this place. Right now, this place seems to be prospering, but it's only for its downfall. All right. It's better to destroy a strong thing rather than a weak thing. That's it.
Right. Isaiah 52:2. Good precept, brother.
Isaiah chapter 52 and verse 2. Shake thyself from the dust, arise and sit down, O Jerusalem.
See, that's that rising up from what? The graves. The Lord said he's going to bring us up out of our graves. All right, he's telling the women to rise up and the men. So the men going to rise up this way. He said, rise up. Shake off the dust, right? And the dust represents confusion that was in this place. The darkness, the lies. Shake it off, man. Rise up, stand up. You know, you living being, you're no longer dead. You're still laying down there with the dead people. right, go ahead, brother.
Loose thyself from the bands of thy neck,
So
O
loose
captive
it-
daughter of Zion.
Right, loose yourself from the bands of your neck, that yoke, those lies that Esau placed upon us, man. That kept us in bondage to sin. That kept us in bondage to the devil. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 3. For thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, ye have sold yourself for naught,
Right,
and ye shall be redeemed without money.
there you go. So we being redeemed through Yahweh Shai. All right, so it ain't gonna cost money. So you shouldn't have to go to a church and pay all that damn money for you to try to make it into heaven. So-called with these churches. The Lord said, no, it ain't gonna cost that. It's gonna cost you your time. That's how you show you love somebody, even with children, is you spend time with them. All right, so the Lord saying what? It's gonna cost you your time. That's it. Present thy body as a living sacrifice. All right, because Yahweh Shai already did it. And what did Yahweh do to Yahweh Shai when he was on the cross? He said, why hast thou forsaken me? And Yahweh turned his head. Because he knew he gave Yahweh Shai that power to free himself from that that flesh, from that situation. He gave up the ghost. The Lord gave us the same power to free ourselves. You see that? He said, loose thyself, man, from the bands that's on you. Go ahead, brother.
It's the book of John, chapter 8 and verse 32. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
Yeah, you're right. That's right. The truth shall make you free, man. Free to do what, though? Free to just roam the world like a wild man or a wild woman? You know? Free to get a passport and go over to Jerusalem now? No. There's a bastard in our land. The Lord said you're free to do the Lord's will. He set you free. That's freedom. That's the kingdom. Other than that, you're in bondage to the earth and to your own demise, your own doings, your own will. The Lord said, I set you free from the death that I put you in. Now you're free to do his will. All right, you have a chance at life. That was it. All right, my bad, y'all. I'm about to get it 1 second. Isaiah 32 and 9. Let me get this one precept that you got.
This is Isaiah chapter 32 and verse 9.
Right, you see, he asking the men. He told the men to rise up. Now he telling what? The women. Go ahead, brother.
Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women. For the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come.
There you go. The vintage, that represents your choice wine, the best that you're waiting for, your harvest. And what are they waiting for? Money. A lot of women are waiting to graduate. A lot of women are waiting for the New World Order.
The BBL.
Huh? BBL, yeah. Right? So they look for opportunity. But the Lord said, oh, that's going to fail. Everything they're waiting for in this society is going to fail. They're looking for more freedom. How do you give power to a servant? You give him freedom. So the Lord said that's free. But Esau setting these women free to run loose like chickens with their head cut off in this earth. And the Lord said, keep your daughters in straitly, lest your daughters abuse themselves through much liberty. So too much freedom for a servant or a woman can destroy them. All right? You got something? Oh, my bad. You went already? You can. Just speak on it because I forgot the point.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 55 and verse 1. Oh, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters, and he that had no money, come ye buy and eat. Yeah. Come buy wine and milk without money and without price. So come, when you come into this truth, you see what I'm saying? We don't have to come in and spend money. It's truth. It's free. Like the Lord said, freely give if you freely receive. Yep. And it says verse 2.
Oh, he said desire milk. Desire the sincere milk of the word. And the wine represents the mysteries and the deep things, man. So that represents growing in this truth. All right, stages to it. Join the process. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 2. Wherefore do ye spend your money for that which is not bread, and your labor for that which satisfies not?
Right, the churches. They spend their money for it, yep. And in these schools. They spend all that money on these degrees, and then they can't get a job in America. Highest unemployment rates ever.
Or they'll get the job that they wanted, but they'll be depressed.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't want to do this job. My mom and dad made me.
Yeah, man, get a degree. I didn't work so many these little local restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't work with so many people that got degrees, and they there working with you. You know what I'm saying? So, but these churches, man, they pay all that money thinking they getting the word of the Lord when they're not. Look at TD Jakes, TD Fakes. He got caught hanging out with Diddy at a party the other day. What the hell he doing with them? P. Diddy and TD Jakes. Ain't that a crazy bunch? The hell they doing together, right? The new Biggie. The new Biggie.
You need to go be on the pulpit. Yeah. Oh, shit, probably gonna team up with Mace. You know, Mace a preacher now too.
Oh no. Mace with that money. Come here, come on, I got some. Look around all of them.
This 1 Thessalonians chapter 4.
Wait, you have one too.
This 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 and verse 7. For God hath not called us into uncleanness, but unto holiness. He that therefore despises not man, but God who hath also given to us his Holy Spirit. So the Lord told us to arise ye and depart, for this is not our rest, because it's polluted. Everything this world has for us is polluted, and you breathing in toxins. You're drinking the wine of this world, and you're walking around drunk. The Lord told us to be in a sober mindset, and we use the scripture to find that sober mindset, to lift our mindset up out of this place. But 2/3 of our people, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Natives, they're not going to do that, and they're going to get judged accordingly like they're heathens. Because that's who they want to follow behind.
Right, man. Just like their father, the devil, Esau. Right? Good night, real quick. And then we're going to, you got one too, right?
Isaiah chapter 44, verse 3. I will pour water upon him that is thirsty.
Right, you gotta be looking for the Lord, man. Even if sometimes you ain't looking, the Lord will come get you.
Okay. I will pour water upon him that is thirsty, and floods upon the dry ground. I will pour my spirit upon thy seed, and my blessing upon thine offspring. And they shall spring up as among the grass, as willows by the water courses.
Right.
One shall say, I am the Lord's. Yep. Another shall call himself by the name of Jacob. Another shall subscribe with his hand unto the Lord, and surname himself by the name of Israel.
Right.
So that's basically us rising up and having that spirit and understanding, not only understanding who we are as a nation, but understanding the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. That's bringing us by the waters of the willows. And the trees that are by the water are the strongest trees because they get the most nutrients, man.
That's right.
So he said, a man, brother paraphrase, he shall be as a tree planted by the waters, a true man of the Lord, having the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding.
Right, and the scriptures also say out of their belly shall flow rivers of living water. So wherever the Lord has the proverb says, wisdom crieth without in the streets. So the wisdom is the water. So it's going to be poured out into the streets. So that's going to happen. It started here in America, all right, and it went around the world. So the Lord said, wherever that's happening at, that's where the Israelites going to rehearse the righteous acts by the water courses. And we're going to grow up as flowers amongst the grass and willows by the water courses. You see that? So that's how you're going to be able to grow. You got to find wise counsel according to I think it's Proverbs. All right, so look at these real quick. Go ahead.
This is the Ruth chapter 4 and verse 28. For as it was your mind to go astray from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, so being returned, seek him 10 times more. For he that hath brought these plagues upon you shall bring you everlasting joy again with your salvation.
Come on with it, man. He's going to bring us everlasting joy. I mean, it ain't going to never end. You know? So what would you do if you woke up and you was in the grave? And then you see them, and then you see it's open. Would you take your time getting out?
No.
Yeah, no.
Try to tie your sneakers first and shit. Make sure I'm good before I get out of here. No, you're gonna try to climb up that joint 10 times more. That's what the Lord's saying. That seek Him 10 times more now. All right, when you're in the dark, in the jungle or in the wilderness, and you want to see some light, man. The Lord's saying, seek Him 10 times more. If you go a certain left, far away, going the wrong way, you got to walk just double time to get back to where you left. All right? It's going to take just that much strength and more. Precept. There you got it, right?
Job chapter 15, verse 31. It says, let not him that is deceived trust in vanity,
For vanity shall be his recompense.
That's right.
You know, and I got another precept
Right.
to go into that.
Right, because what the Lord said, we desire a new heaven and a new earth. So everything with Esau built up in this society, the Caucasian race, what they built up, and these nations built up going into the statue with Daniel chapter 2 and Daniel chapter 7, all those nations, those kingdoms, and the one that remained of the fourth beast, which is the Roman Empire, everything they built up is all vanity. It's all going to be erased. It has nothing to do with Yahushua kingdom, his mindset. He got the kingdom in his heart. What's in your mind, the things you would like in righteousness, that's the way the kingdom is going to be painted. All right? So Esau gave their heart to this place, and their thoughts and their mind, their new world order, their first world order. But it has nothing to do with what the Lord about to bring. So it's all vanity. All right, it's temporary. Go ahead, brother.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 30, and we'll start at verse 12. It says, wherefore, thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word and trust in oppression,
right,
and perverseness, and stay thereon. Therefore, this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall. So those that's trusting in his system, trusting in this world, you know what I'm saying? These worldly things, man, it's gonna fall. It's gonna be like a breach ready to fall. They're gonna fall hard, man.
Right.
You know, because they're not standing on the foundation of Yahushua, man. You know, they're trusting in this world, where it's worldly oppression. You know.
Right. Right, man. You're gonna get caught up in it, man.
And that's where true fear comes in, because you're looking for a succor or a sense of hope and protection in this world. But then when that hope is deferred, that's when fear is going to come upon you. All right, and we hope in Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Right.
So, hey, Khan, if I may add on for prime example, like what just happened up in Ohio, man, with the train derailment. All right, hey, they was asking Biden for what is called emergency assistance. Khan, they were asking for emergency assistance, but he denied it, man. You know, he denied it right on the head. You know, but yet they got toxic rain up there, but they came to get emergency assistance, man. So putting your trust in the world is going to fail you, but putting your trust in the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, and he's never going to fail, man. Hey, it's Sirach 4:28, strive for the truth to death, and the Lord shall fight for you, all right? So therefore, hey, you fight for the Lord, he's going to fight for you, man. You fight for the word, shit, you're going to die with it.
Right, man. You got to strive for this truth like your life depends on it, because it really does. All right. Go ahead, brother. We're going to get to Revelation 16 after this.
This is Micah chapter 2, verse 10, just to back up every point that the Akim has brought out about this place not being good. It says, arise and depart, for this is not your rest. It is polluted. It shall destroy you even with a sword destructions. So you must arise and depart. Depart from this place spiritually. Depart from this place mentally. Because this is not our rest. Our people, Jake, love to try to make it here, but this place ain't designed for us to make it here. It's designed to be a punishment. So you must arise and come out of this place. Come out spiritually. Put away the idols. Put away the philosophies, beliefs, and doctrines that you have been taught by those who have darkness for light. And turn to the light of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. And again, it said this place is polluted. And it's physically polluted as well, too, spiritually and physically. Flint, Michigan, still have problems with their water. And now Ohio and East Palestine, they having problems. So this place is physically polluted and spiritually polluted. So you must arise and come out of this place. If you stay here, it's going to destroy you. Physically, spiritually, and then physically.
Right, that don't mean leave. That don't mean get you a passport to be a bro. That mean be a brother in the truth. And you depart from this place mentally. If you get a passport, bro, do your thing. Just be careful, man. Them gangs killing people over there.
This is the book of Jeremiah 12 and 13. They have sown wheat, but shall reap thorns. They have put themselves to pain, but shall not profit. And they shall be ashamed of your revenues because of the fierce anger of the Lord. So that's even more just to back up the brothers of not trusting in this place, because it's nothing to really trust in. You know, look at all the kingdoms of old, and they all passed and went away. And there's no such thing as generational welfare, because the wealth is polluted as well. So it's going back and turning back and repenting to the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua.
They about to cut off generational wealth with the digital currency. They're gonna give everybody a certain amount of credit. And if if you don't use that credit within a month, your bank account will be emptied out. So they're gonna turn everybody into slaves. They're about to start it in Britain first. It's called the Bitcoin. And everybody gonna get a certain amount of credit, carbon credit, meaning you breathe too much air today, you gotta pay for the air you breathe. They're gonna say you done breathed out too much carbon, you done bought this much gas, so it takes fossil fuels for that. So now you done used up too much of the earth resources, so we're gonna cut your money down, you know what I mean? Or you didn't spend it, so we're gonna take this from you.
Well, that's funny you say that, because like about 10, 15 years ago, the comedian Earthquake said, pretty soon they're going to be charging us for L. I like to put my L in my mama name. so that's funny. 15 years ago, this man did a stand-up saying they're going to be charging us for air pretty soon, man. That's crazy. And this devil done figured out how to charge people for L.
And they sell it at Walgreens. They sell like little air canisters and stuff like that. It's supposed to be like pure air for like, they say it's for health reasons and shit like that, different flavors and got menthol in it and shit like that.
Where did that start though? That started in China.
Go on.
That started in China. China's the new leading nation right now. Everything China do is gonna trickle down to America. One child per household, they're trying to make it like that in America. All right? A digital system where they can read and have your name and all that on the screen. You walking up the street and they can read everybody. It started with China. Now they got it in America. That's the new world order that they're trying to bring in. But the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, if they don't wake their asses up, they're gonna get caught up in this flood that's coming. And the flood is not gonna be water, it's gonna be a flood of men that's coming to kill you, man. Called depopulation. And if that don't get you, the Lord gonna have the plague get you, the weather atrocity. If that don't get you, He gonna have the missiles burn you up. And He gonna leave you there to melt. And see yourself melting so you can see others melt. That should put fear into you, yes. That's what we're pushing, fear. Fear of God. Because you're not God. People like Charleston White, the Browns get Edomite. He said he mad at God. Well, you can be mad all you want, you still can get destroyed. He's gonna be an angry, burnt up piece of Negro.
I got that precept you talking about.
Yep.
This is Ezekiel chapter 22, verse 20.
We fear the Lord. That's why we out here doing this. The Father's name is Yahweh, and Son named Yahushua. If you don't know that, you lost. Go ahead, brother.
This is Ezekiel chapter 22, verse 20. Right. It says, as they gather silver and brass and iron and lead and tin into the midst of the furnace to blow the fire upon it, to melt it, so will I gather you in mine anger and in my fury, and I will leave you there and melt you.
See that? And that's not talking about all over the earth. There's going to be destruction everywhere. But the main part is talking about right here. So if you're here in America, you're on the hot plate with us. The Lord done drew you here. He done drew your family here. Your forefathers brought you here so your ass can be burnt here. I mean, born here or burnt here. Or you can be delivered. All right? So we got two options. That's why the Lord going to make a separation here. All right? The Valley of Decision. Where we at? Somebody got something?
Back on the Michael 2:10 in the car brought out. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 47. Because thou serve not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things. Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things.
Right, that happened in slavery. We came over here with nothing. But how all these people got all this stuff now? Look at Oprah. No, man, you know, all these rappers and musicians. We came over with nothing. Right, go ahead.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
Right, we had a physical yoke. The iron around our neck. So did that not happen? That was prophecy. So if that happened, that means the rest of the prophecies are going to happen. You see that? And that yoke of iron, it was so strong that if we tried to run, we fell on it, we would break our neck. And if we get caught up in the trees, you couldn't run nowhere, man.
Had bells on them.
Huh?
Had bells on them.
Had bells on them too. And then you had, that was the physical yoke, and then you got a spiritual yoke on the mind. All right, got our people roped up. Go ahead, brother.
Until he had destroyed thee.
Right, until we got destroyed as a nation. That's why it said, crucified our Lord. Well, also our Lord was crucified. But they did away with the truth. They did away with the children of Israel. He said, let us cast their cords behind us, so the children of Israel will be no more. So this is where we got destroyed at completely. All right, that was it. Now I'm gonna get to the Revelation 16 real quick. All right, somebody get that? Let's get to that now.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 16, verse 1. And I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the 7 angels, go your ways and pour out the vials of the wrath of Yahweh upon the earth.
Right, the vials represent judgment. The vials represent the wrath of the Lord, man. All right? So, and they're going to pour it out upon the earth. See, that's called what? Divine intervention. All right? He said, does not move or stir them. Okay? I think Wisdom Solomon 5. Second Ezra.
Second Ezra.
Chapter 4, verse 37. All right, this is Second Ezra, chapter 4, verse 37. It says, by measure hath he measured the times.
So the Lord precisely measured Esau's time of rulership. He's going to end it with a bang. That's your big bang. Going to be Judgment Day, the second death. The first death was the flood. The second death is going to be World War III, ICBM missiles. All right. So he appointed their bounds that they cannot pass. So he precisely got everything detailed. Go ahead. And the Lord got that day and hour in his heart, in his mind.
It says, by measure hath he measured the times, and by number hath he numbered the times. And he doth not move, nor stir them, until the said measure be fulfilled.
Right. So even when it comes to the vials, even when it comes to the judgment, you got a certain measure that has to be fulfilled so the prophecies can play out, and what the Lord spoke from the beginning can happen in detail. All right, in that order. All right. So that's what prophecy. All right. So now these vials represent the judgment. So when a certain amount of judgment gets, like a siege, the Lord will have a siege on a place like Babylon. He had them lay siege to the Medo-Persian Empire. He had them lay siege to the Assyrian Empire, Nineveh, and then he destroyed them. So that's what the Lord got the nations doing to America. He got them laying siege to this place first. And after the siege, that's when the Lord gonna bring the final blow. All right, so in the siege that's against this place, you're gonna have blackouts, you're gonna have cyber attacks, you're gonna have dollar crashes, de-dollarization, you're gonna have famines, you're gonna have sanctions, you're gonna have invasions, you're gonna have explosions and suitcase nukes. All right, you're gonna have gene war, what's it called? Gene warfare? Biological warfare. All right, so that's what these nations are doing. The Lord says, set thyself against Babylon round about. So they're preparing a siege against this place. That's what Revelation 16 is going into until the final destruction after the siege is fulfilled.
Backing up Revelation 16 and 1. In the second Ezra chapter 15 and verse 5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction, for wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. So that's just what it is, man. The Lord for to bring, what he said, he appointed three kinds of death. The dogs, the terror, the swords. You know, the Lord got newly created creatures out here. That's gonna be, you know,
Leviathan.
Judgment.
Yeah, Leviathan. Some people think Leviathan from the beginning. Leviathan could be one of those newly created creatures. All right. So, what you just read? You said something. Right. So the Lord sent those plagues. All right. So when you see all the destruction coming to this earth, or somebody dying, or all hell breaking loose, he said, Scripture says, shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and Yahweh have not done it? The Scriptures call him the king of terrors, and Yahushua, his son, is a man of war. So that comes with strategy, war tactics. All right. Yeah, come go ahead, brother.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51 and verse 1. Thus saith the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me a destroying wind, and will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her and shall empty her land, for in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about.
Right. Where was you at?
Jeremiah 51:1.
Huh? The fanners, yep. So the Lord said He's gonna raise up what? Enemies. All right, that's what fanners represent, enemies. And He said that's your fan her. That word is different. It means to scatter her. So the Lord gonna the Lord has raised up these enemies. Look at China years ago. Look at Russia. You know, when the Soviet Union fell in 1991. All right, look at China. They were playing in the background. Now they all in the forefront. Now they all equipped. They all standing on the front line. They got missiles. They got everything. Our God did that. And we get to witness it. He said, "What? Somebody get that? Turn back in captivity." We get to see it. We get to see His power. That's why He called us the witnesses. Because everybody else, they don't see it. So we the witnesses that's going to be talking about it in the kingdom. That's going to praise the Father. That's going to be on the chariots saying, "Yo, you did that. You did that, Lord. You're the great one." Like King David and them will talk. Whoever get it.
It's the book of Zephaniah, chapter 3 and verse 20. "And at that time will I bring you again, even the time that I gather you, for I will make you a name."
Yep, the Lord said He's going to bring us again. And the Lord is going to gather. He's gathering us through the Spirit first. And then all the ones that He gathered, it's going to be as if a man drew to the shore and he started gathering in his fish. And then He separated them, the good from the bad. That's happening right now. All right, so the Lord is gathering in a bunch of Israelites, but not all. Many are called, but few going to be chosen. All right? Go ahead.
"For I will make you a name and a praise among all people of the earth, when I turn back your captivity before your eyes, saith the Lord."
Right, see, and that's why the Lord got us out here prophesying. So in that day, according to Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5, they'll say, "Wow, how is he numbered amongst the saints, the children of God?" All right, and they're going to say, God has done wonderful things for them. You know, all right. So the Lord is turning back our captivity before our eyes, man. He's going to give us a name and praise by giving us that spiritual power too. We're going to need power to make it through what's coming. Just like you're going to need your faith. We can make it through this with just faith. But the Lord is going to exalt us starting right here in this society. Once He says, when the enemy shall come in rushing like a flood. You know, the scriptures say, "Then shall it be known who my chosen are," when they come and try to grab you out of the houses. Martial law. All right? So around that time, we should be looking for the Lord to give us some type of power, man. All right, or protection from His holy angels, according to Psalms 91, to keep us in all our ways. That's what we're hoping for. Other than that, they're hopeless. They have nothing to have faith in. But they're gonna hope in the dollar, and God they trust, right? In the dollar they trust. Now look at that. They trust in America. And now look at America. They trust in white power. Now look at that. Go ahead, brother. They trust in their guns. That's not going to free them from what's coming. They ain't going to get China off their ass. They trusting in their missiles. Now look where it got them. It got them into a trap. All right.
Trying to say, we're going to trust in our missiles too.
Yeah.
We got some better ones.
Right. What they did was start a nuclear arms race because of that weapons race. Go ahead. That was it? Okay. Go ahead. Mazan, you had something to say?
Yeah, and it's funny, like late last year, earlier this year, Xi Jinping, the president of the People's Republic of China, said that it's very ironic that where the world is leading to today, when America was the one that introduced the world to nuclear weapons.
Gone.
And that's gonna be what's gonna. Basically, he was saying that's what's gonna take America out.
Yeah, man. But what was that?
Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
1945, 44. You had that was the introduction of the nuclear age, thanks to America.
They showed the weapon that was going to destroy them.
Yeah, right. All right, somebody in precept. Go ahead, up.
This is Jeremiah chapter 50. Starting verse 24. It says, "I have laid a snare for thee. Thou art also taken, O Babylon. Thou was not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua." All right, hey, as the argument was speaking on, man, hey, America had opened that nuclear what's the word I'm looking for? They opened that nuclear gate pretty much. All right, doing Hiroshima and Nagasaki. It's like I ain't hear you.
No, you said it right.
Come on. All right, so with that being said, hey man, hey, now those tables is turned, man. Hey, he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword, man. All right, so therefore, hey, why don't dropping what it was, Little Boy and Fat Man, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, all right? Hey, now you got the Dong Fame, Satan 1, Satan 2, the Persevat, the Sarmat, hey, the avant-garde. Hey, now that's all coming back back on you, man. You know, hey, what goes around comes around. You know.
Yeah, you out here trying to give Milson some names. They got some names for you.
Right. He said they have striven against the Lord. How did they strive against? How did America strive against the Lord? By touching the apple of His eye, building this land off of bloodshed. You know, by blaspheming the Holy Spirit, putting on the dollar in God we trust. In the 1950s, 1955, saying what? What they saying in the schools? One nation,
pledge allegiance.
One nation under God,
indivisible.
Yeah, they push this image everywhere through America, from the Roman Empire. You see that over in America? America is the main country pushing this shit. All right, promoting their bullshit, man. So that's how they was striving against the Lord, man. All right? I'm gonna get
Revelation 16, verse 2. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sword upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worshipped his image.
There you go. All right? So this is talking about what? This is after people get the this right here, the MOTB, the C-hip. See it right there, the micro. People that get that, it's going to turn into a cancer. All right? The people that get it is going to turn into a cancer, some type of boil on their skin. Especially with that 5G, 6G technology. Then you got, look what happened with the most recent, you know, thingamajigger.
God dang.
Look what happened with that. You got people dying left and right from that. So you think he's gonna be? The Lord said, never trust thy enemy. It's gonna wax. He's gonna wax worse and worse. He can find a different way to kill everybody. Depopulation, man. So when they get that, they're gonna wind up getting that or in their forehead and shit. So they can become. So they can have an ID inside the system. Right now, they're getting the interface. All right, which is connecting them up to their new system. Software. But eventually you got to have an ID within that software. Hardware, yeah, yep. And the identification and the way to buy and sell is going to come through the actual icing on the cake. All right? That's going to be the new ID. Digital. That's going to be the new bank account. All right? Got some more on that.
This is Isaiah 30:1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me.
Right, they go to these churches, they go to these schools looking for counsel, looking for spiritual guidance, going to the internet now. You got all these Jake women chasing after these damn dirty ass Egyptologists and these damn witches and shit. Yeah. I ain't know that, but
And cover with the covering, but not of my spirit,
right,
that they may add sin to sin.
Right, they're covering with a covering, but not of the Lord's spirit, man. So they're walking around naked. If you're not covered by the spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, you're naked, meaning you're walking around exposed and ashamed. All right? That was it?
That walked down to go into Egypt and have not asked in my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh.
Right, you want to get strength, you want to be upgraded, you want to be boosted. The Lord said this is where you get your booster. Not going down to the hospital for the first, second, and third, and fourth. I'm gonna get it. There's a point on there somehow, man. The point. You get it?
And that trust in the shadow of Egypt.
Right. They trust in the shadow of Egypt. That's why the Lord called this the valley of the shadow of death. All right, so they trust in the wickedness of this place, the safety of this place, what they consider safety. That's what shadow represents. But the Lord said what? No, he said they have not asked at his mouth. His mouth represents the men of the Lord that teach this truth, whether new or older in this truth. You know, you're supposed to ask them, that they become your elders. Even the newest person in the truth, if somebody's in the world, that worldly individual, their worldly individual can find salvation from that new brother that's in the truth. Just teaching the milk, the basics. You know, you can take care of a baby, right? You know.
And it says, they go to Pharaoh to strengthen themselves. That's the same thing our people do now. Esau then gave 2/3 of our people social constructs. They take that and run with it. But we out here telling them they Israelites. They take that and they look at them jakes out there. They don't want to hear.
They look at that as weakness. And they look at money as power in America. They look at status as power. Yeah, the power in this world. Yep. All right. That's power in this world. But money and gold and silver should not save you from the judgment. Yeah. No, wait. Ready to do this? All right. Good. I got one.
This is the book of Romans 11:25. For I will not, brethren, that ye should be ignorant of this mystery. Let ye should be wise in your own consent. That blindness in part is happening to Israel, until the fullness of the Gentile becometh.
Right, let's speak on.
Yes, actually, the blindness is that's Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh He doesn't want. You know, we be part of that blindness, because that blindness is going to send us to destruction. You know, to the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans.
Right. Yeah, he said to the fullness of the Gentiles. What's that? Let's get because we just read Revelation 16 where it said the angel poured out the vial on the earth. Well, let's go to Revelation 7 real quick. Let's get that. Somebody will shot. Yeah, he said to the fullness of the Gentiles. What's that? Until that set number. Second Ezra chapter 2. Right. The number.
Revelation 7.
What?
You want second Ezra now?
Right after this.
Revelation chapter 7, verse 1. And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth.
Yeah, 4 angels. These are the archangels that give orders to the other angels. The 4 archangels represent Uriel, which would be Awar Allah, Gabriel, Gabar Allah, Raphael, which would be Rapa Allah, and then you have Michael, which is Mayak Allah. He is like God. He's the top archangel under Yahweh. All right. So they give the orders to the other angels. Go ahead, brother. Somebody got that? You say I command the 7 angels. Raphael. That's what you saw right now.
Talking with Toby.
Right, man. They got their own legions. Angels.
This is the book of Tobit, chapter 12, verse 15. I am Raphael, one of the 7 holy angels which present the prayers of the saints and which go in and out before the glory of the Holy One of Israel.
There you go, man. All right, so Raphael is one of them archangels as well. All right, so they got their own fleet with them. See that? We can read that in Ezekiel chapter 1, but we ain't gonna get it.
Revelation 7.
Yeah.
Revelation chapter 7, verse 1. And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor the sea, nor on any tree.
Right. So the winds represent the destruction. All right. The Lord said He's going to hit America with a destroying wind. What's that? Nuclear destruction. ICBM destruction. What they call that? Nuclear fallout. All right. So it's going to be a nuclear blast. It's like 3 phases. It's like 3 phases, huh? Oh, it's cool. It's like 3 phases to an ICBM destruction. You got the actual physical missiles, the physical metal that's going to destroy shit, and then you got the actual chemicals. Oh, force shit. Then you got the fire. Damn, fire. Then you got the heat. And then you got the blast. That's the wind. That's the one.
Yeah, the influence and the exclusions.
Yeah, all of that. That's a lot. And the fallout.
That's
It's
7.
gonna be like, it's gonna block out
Yeah, one more.
all radiance of the sun, so it's cold as hell on the earth
Yep. That's right, man. Yep.
in the summertime.
Yeah.
And y'all ain't scared?
That was the electric we singing summertime. Summertime. Man, that Will Smith spirit. All right, a little more.
Verse 2.
So he said what? To the 4 archangels.
And I saw another angel sent from the east.
Yeah.
Verse 2. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living God, and he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our God in their foreheads.
See, this goes hand in hand with Revelation 11, where the Lord put the Spirit in us first. All right, can somebody get that real quick? Revelation 11, the Spirit of life entered into them. Yeah, and then we get the precept that y'all have right after this. So we read in Revelation 16, then that would mean the elect had to be sealed by the time Revelation 16 really get kicked off. Somebody got it?
It's Revelation 11:11. And after 3 days and a half, the Spirit of life from God entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them.
Right, there's seals all over the internet. That's where you got them doing fact checking. What they call that? Hate speech. Deleting our video. Why? Because that's fear. All right, go ahead.
And they heard,
shadow banning.
and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither.
See that? So that's what we're looking for. For the Lord to say, come up hither. Come up here in the what? Into the heavens? No, that's talking about into the Shemayim, which is out of space, into the chariots, to be taken out of the way of the coming destruction. But that's not going to happen until the elect are sealed, as you see right here in Revelation 11. All right, go ahead, brother.
And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. And the same hour was there a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell.
See, by that time, we ain't gonna have time to wake anybody up. We're gonna be trying to get the hell out of here. Because the destruction gonna happen in that same hour when the elect get taken up into the chariots. You can't make up your mind then. The Lord says, seek him while he may be found. Or seek him early, man. Because by that time, it's gonna be too late. Shit, by the time they cut the internet off, it might be too late. Try looking for the videos, you try to find us. Nah, you ain't gonna find us. The Lord gonna make sure of that. Go ahead, brother.
And in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000.
There you go. And in the earthquake was slain of men 7,000 people in America. No, it's talking about, if you look that up, it means an innumerable number, meaning completion. All right, but that innumerable number gonna be mixed because the elect gonna be taken out of that. There's gonna be a division. The Lord gonna divide America up into 3 parts. All right, 3 parts representing spiritually, but it's gonna be divided 10 parts physically. Because America's broken up into 10 FEMA zones. So whoever is written to be destroyed, that's in America in that day, they're gonna be destroyed. But if they have the elect, they're gonna be delivered. All right. That was it on that, right? Yep. Come on, man. So, all right, that's what the Lord is holding back the winds until the elect gets sealed. So by the time we read Revelation 16, that means the elect must be sealed by that time. Go ahead, bro.
This is Ezekiel chapter 9 and verse 4. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And to the others he said in my hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary.
There you go, man. So the Lord is setting his seal. He's setting his seal upon his men first and his children, the women and children. And then once that happens, the Lord gonna get a green light to the angels to smite the earth with the plagues, man. You see that? He said, but come not near the men that have the mark, meaning the tawaf. All right, the mark of exemption from the Lord's judgment. You see that? You don't want the karagma. You don't want that one. That's the physical. Esau.
That's the mark of death.
Yeah, that's like the bootleg version. You want the authentic. You know what I'm saying? You want the authentic. You want the authentic fitted. You gotta get that.
Hey, Esau always tries to replace something spiritual with technology.
Yeah.
Gone. Just like the
Lord got a mark. We got a mark too.
Like you said, one of your lessons, the magicians in Egypt.
Yeah.
Moses turned the river red, so there's we can do it.
We can do it too. Some magi.
Color and
Yep. That's where you get the word magi from. That's Chaldeans. The magi. The word magi goes from what? Magic. So these elites today, they represent the magi. They represent the magicians that's doing. He said they come up with all lies and signs and lying wonders.
If you talk to like a person that loves science about the miracles of the Lord, Yahweh, he walked on water. Well, we can do that too by They like to break everything down, but it's right.
Yeah, well they try to break it down to molecule forms.
Neil
deGrasse Tyson.
They'll just tell you about it.
Yeah.
As if they themselves are God.
That's why the Lord says science falsely so called. That's not knowledge at all. That's worldly knowledge. The Lord said, now basically science is another word for atheism. What comes with atheism?
A special kind of stupid.
Death.
Yeah, that right there. That's what comes with atheism, man. Everything you see today, women's houses out of order,
world out of order.
Damn, I got the ABC movement.
Transitioning with
them, yeah.
Decepticons.
they about to put in the law where people's children can go get transformed, cut off body parts without letting the parents know. Damn, ain't that some shit?
And they can take drugs to hormonally alter themselves as well. And they passed that before they passed what you just said.
Shit called puberty.
No, we need the Lord, man. We can't, man, we would lose this battle. People going outside with guns to my, where he at? Nah, they fighting a different battle, man. This is a different type of battle, man.
Transforming your soldiers and shit.
This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 7. For the ministry of iniquity doeth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. Then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
Right, that's the only way we'll win this battle, is consuming them with this word, fighting the battle right here. Anything that bothers you in this society, you gotta fight it right here, man. This is where we fight the devil. This is where you fight the good fight of faith. The weapons of our warfare are not carnal. We speak the Lord's spirit out into the vibrations of the earth, and they reach our people's ears, man. And each one reach one, teach one. Every brother that gets closer to the Lord, there's more rejoicing in the heavens because we're closer to the salvation. So we win in that way, man. You want your girl to stop tripping on you? Well, fight this truth. Get more involved in this truth. Get sharper and deeper into the word. But guess what that means? You gotta get closer to God. All right. So it's a blessing. You know what I mean? So you gotta study to show thyself approved. Get sharper. So that way you can grow. You can go out and teach, and you can get the yoke off our people, man. Get them demons off our people. And the quicker our brother wakes up, the quicker we get out of here. And they lose and we win. That's right, man. Yahweh shot the pride group. All right, go ahead, brother.
And this just going back to the comments you made about how our people need to act at the Lord's mouth, which is his setup, which is his men. And it's Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 20. And through the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction. Yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore, but thy eyes shall see thy teachers, and thine ears shall hear a word behind thee, saying, this is the way, walk ye in it, when ye turn to the right hand and when ye turn to the left. So our people ultimately got to return back to the Lord, man. You have a setup, as the elders speaking on, even though we being shadow banned on the internet, even though they trying to conceal this truth, conceal this word. All right, it's out there for you to eat up the road and work towards your salvation.
Right. I always said our people are being led as sheep to the slaughter. But you're gonna hear a voice behind them say, hey idiot, this way. Turn around. Yeah, turn around. You're going the wrong way. All right. Let's keep going with Revelation 16.
This is back at the Revelation 16:3. And the second
You gotta go to 2.
2.
Yeah, so you get the point now.
And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sword upon the men which had the mark.
No, you good. No, you good. That's the point.
Oh God! Mark of the beast upon them which worship his image.
Right. So that goes into. See, that shows you right there. By that time, people gonna have the MOTB. They're gonna have it in them. So that separation gonna be made, man. According to Revelation 7, with the elect being sealed, people making their choices now, man. They're gonna make that choice by that time to join into Esau's system. All right, keep going.
Verse 3, and the second angel poured out his vial upon the sea, and it became as the blood of a dead man, and every living soul died in the sea.
Right, so that goes into what? The destruction. All right, so the Revelation bounces around. So right here is describing the waters being poisoned by what? Radiation. And we're moving into that time. Look at what they're doing now with the waters. All right, so it's something about the waters being poisoned real soon and the air being polluted.
Oh, because in Ohio, one of those creeks feeds into the Mississippi River, and the Mississippi River is a vast network that encompasses a majority of the eastern seaboard of America. So once that gets messed up, everything's gonna be messed up.
The Mississippi River is equivalent to the river Euphrates out there in the Middle East.
And then
both of them been drying up.
It's drying up now. So you got the West Coast river system drying up to where they won't be able to get power and electricity, and you got the East Coast water system being polluted.
Right. Somebody get where is that at with the wormwood? Revelation 8 maybe.
It's Revelation chapter 8 and verse 11. Verse 10. And the third angel sounded, and there fell a great star from heaven, burning as it were a lamp. And it fell upon the third part of the rivers and upon the fountains of waters. And the name of the star is called wormwood, and the third part of the waters became wormwood.
There you go. That word wormwood goes into what? Bitter or poison, radiation. All right. So the third part represents, well, some people say the wicked, but it's talking about the earth, which represent the waters. All right. All right. So because that's where the war is going to be fought at first, out in the waters, and then it's going to go to the land. All right. They're going to be fighting in the air. They're going to be fighting out in the sea. Like they just said, China had the biggest aircraft carrier, strongest, but then China can take it out. Well, America.
Hey, Con, America got the biggest and one of the strongest aircraft, but China, the way they put it, America got the biggest, most strongest aircraft, but China, they beefed it all up, but China just can just press a button and get it destroyed.
In an hour, in a few minutes.
Gone.
They got a missile that can destroy their aircraft carriers like it's nothing.
Dong Fame.
Yep. So this is breaking down the process of World War III. How it's going to start. It's going to start off over there in the east. It's going to also be out here in the waters. And when them wars kick off, look at what's happening with Ohio. All the streams lead to different places. So that's going to cause the waters to be poisonous, and people are going to die of those waters. All right?
It says, and many men died of the waters because they were made bitter.
There you go. All right? So it's like toxic, meaning like bloody waters. The blood, it's not going to be necessarily the blood in the waters. It's talking about the toxicity. Like you drinking a juice that got blood in it. That's toxic, man. All right? It's going to be like that, the radiation.
The governor of Ohio, he said that the water over there by the whole derailment it's safe to drink. But the experts went in there and did tests and said, yeah, there is, you know, pollutions in there, but it's enough to where like it won't really affect you. A lady threw something into the river. You can see the chemicals in the water. You know how like oil, you can see it. Well, yeah, it was that rainbow color, like chemical and water trying to mix.
Right.
It's like that snake water they be making. You know, clear eyes and you drink. So as you drink it, you get so talking to yourself, walk around, can't remember things. Do what you want to be smart.
Right. Hey, all right, let's get it, y'all. Where we at?
16.
Yeah, Revelation 16. We just read 8, right?
3.
Yeah, Revelation 16 and 4.
Revelation 16 and 4.
Right, Revelation bounces around. Go ahead.
And the third angel poured out his vial upon the rivers and fountains of waters, and they became blood.
There you go. Yep.
And I heard
they became toxic. All right, so this is all the process building up to them destroying the land. All right, so the first is going to start off in the waters. Go ahead.
Verse 5. And I heard the angel of the waters say, Thou art righteous, O Lord, which art and wast and shall be, because thou hast judged thus.
See, art and was and shall be. So the destruction didn't happen yet. Go ahead.
For they have shed the blood of saints and prophets, and thou hast given them blood to drink, for they are worthy.
Damn. Right? So somebody get Nahum 3 and 1. All right, so this that's how you know it's talking about America. Because America was built off bloodshed and toxicity. That's all they gave us. That's why the Lord said it's polluted. Somebody get that? It's polluted.
This is Micah chapter 2, verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest.
Right, so the Lord telling us again, as we read earlier, arise and depart. How do we rise up? The same way we started off with in the scriptures of this lesson. The men need to rise up and the women need to rise up out of the confusion. Shake yourself from the dust. You see that? And the spirit, let the trust the spirit of life that has entered into you, and trust the process, man. Desire the sincere milk of the word, that you may grow thereby, and then you get to the wine and the meat. All right.
All right. It says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest.
So this ain't the kingdom. So we came over here thinking that this was a damn a cruise ride and shit. We came over in slave ships, man. You know? But you watch Jay-Z and Rick Ross and all of them, and all these celebrities, you'd think we just jumped off of the Love Boat. Or the Titanic.
That's more like it. It says,
we came over on slave ships. The Lord said, this is not it, man. This is not our rest. We'll be looking for rest in this place and we ain't gonna find it. All right, go ahead.
Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you even with a sore destruction.
See, because it's polluted, all that can feed you is pollution. Anything that you can consume in this place, even down to the food, even mentally, what you consume, is polluted. Their knowledge, their worldly wisdom. You know? Huh? Yeah. Let's get that real quick.
This is Nahum chapter 3, verse 1.
Right, so he said what? They have shed the blood of the prophets, man. They killed us in this place because the prophets came over here in slavery, man. Reincarnation is real. When you die, you go up to the Father. He judges your spirit. He sends you back into a child, a baby, fashioned in the mother's womb. And then you grow up only to die again. But the Lord is about to put the end to that process. That we have a chance at eternal life to never die again, man, in the kingdom. All right? Go ahead, brother. So we're back here on this earth to receive of the reward, and some are here to receive of the judgment. All right? Go ahead, brother.
It's Nahum chapter 3, verse 1.
Right.
Woe to the bloody city.
America's that bloody city, man. It's a bloody, wicked-ass city, man. When you picture America, you picture the White House, you should picture it as a red house. Bloody.
Woe to the bloody city. It is full of lies.
Full of lies. There you go.
And robbery.
Right. All their doctrine, everything they taught us is toxic. You see that? It's all bloody, toxic. So it's full of lies and robbery. What is America accusing China of today? Crimes against humanity. I heard that on the radio coming to camp.
They got some nerve.
They got some damn nerve, man.
They
Look
got
at the scripture
some
coming
damn
up.
nerve.
The Biden administration. What's that Ethiopian chick?
Oh, Ethiopia.
Kamala Harris?
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Yeah, Kamala Harris. Yeah.
No. Oh.
Yeah, she Ethiopian. She's Jamaican. She's Jamaican. Her mom Ethiopian. Really? Yeah, I think her dad is from Jamaica.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, it doesn't matter to me. Huh?
I thought she was eating.
No. Her dad is like Ethiopian or Jamaican.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? But I think he a dot something like that, right? Something off. Elon. You know what I'm talking about? All right.
Okay.
Yeah, Kamala Harris, man. She's an imposter in the farmhouse.
Just like Barack.
Yeah, just like Barack. They try to put us to sleep again. But the Biden administration, they put it out that China is committing crimes against humanity. No, Russia committed crimes against humanity by going into Ukraine. Now look what America did to us. We sitting right here, like really, we the audience they talking to.
Now, what if China was like, all right, we're gonna go to war with America for the crimes against humanity? Look what they doing in Ohio, killing them people. Look what they did in Flint, Michigan, killing them people.
Negroes.
I'm like,
exactly.
We right here. Crimes against humanity.
Woe to the bloody city.
Right, that's why scripture say no man shall redeem us. No man shall buy you.
Oh,
these nations don't care. They were in cahoots with it before.
Gone.
Even during the times of the Civil War, man, one of the main reasons why the Civil War was fought was because when the Constitution was written, it said it wasn't designed for the slaves. We weren't supposed to partake in none of the rights in the Constitution. So then they tried to settle it with the 3/5 clause. And that was only put forward for voting rights.
Yeah, the Constitution was for the Gadites.
Right.
It was called Indian law.
So we were not supposed to free. So we still don't really have rights. That's why they do whatever the hell they want to do with us. Because we're a dead thing. Our people don't. A dead thing will let you transport and take you wherever you want to go because it's not going to move. It's going to rest in this same spot that you laid down in.
That 3/4 clause, I think, was made by the Union because at the time, the slave master could vote with his slaves on his back, saying, "Oh, you know, this one vote counts as like 100."
Right.
No, yeah, and the problem with that is, this is what the problem with that was. They were saying, all right, hey, you got a slave, right?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, you think you slick? You got your slave voting? All right. Well, that means they're your property, right? Well, so is my couch. So my couch got to vote too now.
Okay.
Oh, we need to change that law.
Okay, so now the animals, they can't vote. Boom. Okay.
See that?
That's funny. Yeah, and that was the Union.
Yeah, so they were getting tricky with it. They were like, yo, anything that's your property you can vote.
Hey, Con, that's
so
like,
yeah, we got to get away from that. Call them 3/5 the human.
Damn. Hey, that's like how they do today. Basically, like everybody say, you know what? I identify as a roller coaster, or a child, or a baby, or whatever. When we say we Israelites, oh yeah, okay, I'm a fucking tree. Like it's taking the power away from what we got to say, man. You know? So it's the same thing to this day, nothing new under the sun.
Yeah, man. These people bugged out, man.
You gonna keep going?
Bring this up real quick, then we'll get back to this.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 18. Let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seems to be wise in this world, let him become a fool that he may be wise. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with God. For it is written, he takes the wise in their own craftiness. They try to cover these philosophies that they put on us. They were just telling us to read 3/5 of a man. Now they want us out here marching Black Lives Matter so they can use that against us. Like they just blowing us like the wind blows. Do this, now do that. But we gotta rise and depart from that, because that's not what the Lord wants us doing. He wants us fulfilling his will, not the will of this world.
And they like to strong arm a situation and paint the narrative. You know, they try to paint their own narrative of what the situation may be, like the chariots, you know.
Come on, brother.
That's a big deception that they're getting ready to try to change and manipulate with their wording and what they title things, like the brother speaking on, you know.
Right, yeah. Yep, just like we say we Israelites, they say, oh yeah, the black Israelites.
They try to strong arm the argument.
Everything is change the narrative. You're right. Interception.
It's the book of Ephesians chapter 5 verse 6. It says, let no man deceive you with vain words. For because of these things comes the wrath of Yahweh upon the children of disobedience. So I'm just bringing that out just to back up the argument.
not to trust in oppression, not to trust in Esau, not to trust in man.
Not even Jake.
Right, not even Jake, not even all people, man, but trusting Yahweh by some Yahweh shot, man. You know what I'm saying? Because what?
He said no, and that's where the deception happens at, with the words.
Right.
See that? So the Lord said, don't let nobody deceive you with these vain words, like Biden and them. Those are vain words.
What scripture was that?
Ephesians 5 and 6.
What?
Interjection?
And like he said, don't listen to everything you say. Because the Democrats, every time they go time to vote, they in every Jake neighborhood trying to get Jake vote. As soon as they get that vote, they pushing their agenda. They ain't worried about Jake no more. And that's society and that's this world to the T. They want us long enough so they can use us to their advantage. We're pawns to them.
And that's what the Democratic Party has done through the course of America. And now the people are finally waking up and realizing that, that it's two wings of the same bird, that they're not for the people.
They're for the agenda. And for them to have a pledge of allegiance say indivisible, but America was founded on division. You still have that division, so it can't even properly be called the United States of America. So you still have a separation. Even Texas don't even want to be a part of the United States. Texas wants to be its own country, totally off the grid.
Right. My precept.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 16, verse 6.
Right.
Verse 4. Okay. Verse 6. For they have shed the blood of the saints and prophets, and thou hast given them blood to drink, for they are worthy.
Right. So this is talking about Esau, man. See that? Revelation 16 is focused on Esau, and then 2/3 that try to join into him right here in America. So this is a cake that the Lord baked for Esau in this place. All right. Somebody get Numbers 35 and 33.
I got it.
Oh, I got you.
This is Numbers, chapter 35, verse 33.
Yep. Ezekiel 24 and 6. Go ahead, bro.
It says, so ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein.
Right, he was talking to the Israelites first, but now this is going to fall on these heathens that built this land on the backs of the slave, the Negro, Latino, Native Americans. They're the Israelites of the Bible. All right, go ahead.
And the land cannot be cleansed by the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it.
That's right, man. We can't fix it for you, Esau. But this place is going to be cleansed with fire. All right, and the Lord said what? Blood is going to pursue them. All right, they got cold the hell out of nowhere. Right.
Verse 34. Defile not therefore the land which ye shall inhabit.
Where was you at? Numbers? Oh, that was the point. Okay. So the Lord was saying that, man. That's the way the Lord thinks. He said he changed not. All right, Wisdom of Solomon chapter 6. The Lord tell you that he in Job 9 and 24, the Lord gave the earth to the hands of the wicked. And he raised Esau to be the judges on this earth right now. Well, look what they're doing with it. Look what they did with God's people. All right. So the Lord said blood is going to pursue them as well. And this land cannot be cleansed no other way except for their blood be shed on the land. All right. He's going to shed their blood by exploding them with an ICBM. Have their face bust open and burn open and shit like that. His blood going to be mixed in with the lava. It says it's going to go into the soil. The earth is going to grow fat with fatness, meaning there's going to be so much blood spilled on the earth. It's going to come up. It'll be so much that it can go to a horse's bridle. The Lord said he's going to stain all his raiment. He's going to go crazy like a madman on these heathens. And this is a spiritual power, almighty power coming from the fourth dimension. And he's going to snap and go crazy. We don't know what that's going to be like. All right? There's going to be a lot of shit in pants and a lot of bloodshed. Yeah, Ezekiel 34 and 6.
This is Ezekiel 34 and verse 6. My sheep wander through all the mountains and upon every high hill. Yea, my flock was scattered upon all the face of the earth, and none did search for or seek after them.
Right, there you go. Yep. So nobody can save us from all this, man. You know, China now can't help us. Russia can't help us. Go ahead.
Therefore, ye shepherds, hear the word of the Lord. As I live, saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Surely because my flock became a prey, and my flock became meat to every beast of the field, because there was no shepherd, neither did my shepherds search for my flock.
Yep. So we became meat or prey for all these heathen nations, where we were scattered upon the mountains. Go ahead. And our leaders of our nation, these false prophets, they were unprofitable. They didn't help us at all. All right, vain.
But the shepherds fed themselves and fed not my flock.
There you go, like IUIC, Nate Satan. You know, the ravening goat. Yeah, come on.
Therefore, O ye shepherds, hear the word of the Lord. Thus saith the Lord God, behold, I am against the shepherds, and I will require my flock at their hand, and cause them to cease from feeding the flock.
Wait, we got
Ezekiel, that was verse 10.
Oh, 24? Chapter 24? That was still deep though. That was spirit.
This is
That was spirit though. Yeah, Ezekiel 24 and 6. Yep.
This is Ezekiel chapter 24, verse 6. It says, wherefore, thus saith the Lord God, Yahweh, woe to the bloody city, to the pot whose scum is therein, and whose scum is not going out of it.
Right, the scum represents the filthiness, the toxicity, the wickedness of this place. Slavery, you know? All the blasphemy that's built up in this place. He said, what?
It says, whose scum is not going out of it.
It's not going out of it, man. It was originally talking about us. But today, that bloody city represents America. All right, go ahead.
And it says, bring it out piece by piece. Let no lot fall upon it.
Yep, go ahead.
For her blood is in the midst of her. She set it upon the top of a rock. She poured it upon the ground to cover it with dust.
That's right, man. And that goes into, he said there should be no lot shall fall upon it. So it's not going to be any place for people to have lands here anymore. No rulership here anymore, no governments, no business here anymore. It's all going to be destroyed. All right? And another part too I just missed. What did it say at the end, the last verse?
Verse 7, it says, she set it upon the top of a rock.
Right. And what they teach us in school about slavery? What they got holidays? Christopher Columbus. They put all these statues and monuments up of our old slave owners. So they hide it on top. How are you gonna hide something on top of the rock? That's prideful. You see that? The Lord, like, they ain't even trying to hide it. All right, go ahead. So they're gonna be exposed, huh? Prideful, yep. Go ahead.
Verse 8, that it might cause fury to come up to take vengeance. I have set her blood upon the top of a rock.
See, the Lord did that. The Lord guides the steps of man. All right?
That it should not be covered.
That it should not be covered. Left him exposed. Everything out in the open, man. So when Yahushua shows up and they see that so-called black man in the chariot, and then they still got these monuments up, you can't take them down then. There's gonna be a lot of construction going on.
Somebody put this here, we don't know.
all these Masonic buildings. Look at this atrocity behind us. Damn naked ass Edomite. With a bunch of naked children, and there's nothing but children walking around. I gotta see this man. That's what type of country this is. Basically, the Roman Empire all over again.
That's a monument of death.
Right, man.
Now people should be quick to take pictures.
It's Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 9. Woe to them that coveteth an evil covenants to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. Thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and hast sinned against thy soul. For the stone shall cry out of the wall, and the beam out of the timber shall answer. Oh, my bad. Well, basically, that's that stone crying out. That's all. Everything. It don't matter if they tear down the monuments, because all these buildings is a memorial of the wickedness that was put on this place, so they can't hide it. Lord uses their pride to lift them up. And guess what was the one dude that who ran out of lost his rulership but just kept building and building and building and building and building? That's the mindset that America has right now, Esau has right now. Just keep building.
Yeah.
They ain't even got no money to build, but they building anyway.
Yeah, that was the Edomite in Jamaica.
Yeah.
That was when they put him in jail to pay off his money that he couldn't pay.
Hey, Con.
But he still kept building.
Yep.
Because these memorials.
Hey, how the cliche go? If these walls could talk shit, they gonna talk for you, man.
They walk, yo! There they go right there.
There he is. It's the book of Obadiah, chapter 1 and verse 3. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? So that pride has deceived them, man. You know, and as though they exalt themselves as the eagle and they try to fly high and look down upon their prey to eat and continue to eat, the Lord is gonna ultimately cut them off from eating. They're not going to be able to perform their enterprise as is spoken of in Job.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 8, verse 50. It said, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. All right, hey, as the brothers just brought out, thank y'all, in Obadiah, man. Hey, Esau walking down with that pride, hey, and all we know is pride go before destruction, man. And what's this ultimate destruction that's coming? All right, to put this pride to arrest. All right, that Esau has, who Esau has pride that has reached to the skies, man. You know, so with that being said, the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is about to bring that to knock, man.
That's right. Somebody finish that up. Ezekiel, go to verse 7. 24, 20, oh, we already did it? Yeah. 24 and 8. We'll go there.
Okay, this is back at Ezekiel chapter 24, verse 8. It says, that it might cause fury to come up to take vengeance. I have set her blood upon the top of a rock, that it should not be covered.
Right. Yeah, I got you. You want to bring your piece up real quick?
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to finish it a little bit more.
This is Isaiah chapter 3, verse 9. The show of their countenance doeth witness against them, and they declare their sin as Sodom, they hide it not. Woe unto their soul, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves. Yep. So the same way the elder was talking about how they put our former slave masters in our face, erect them in bronze and granite, marble and statues and stuff like that. It's they tell on themselves.
Just like the Sodomites were doing.
Come on.
They were proud. They're like, we want to do the angels too.
They're proud of it. Yeah, exactly.
They're proud. Yeah, they want to hide it. They're like, yeah, bring them in. Huh?
Psalms 49:11, man. They named their cities after their own name, man. Roughly paraphrasing, man. Jacksonville. Goddamn, shit. I can't even think of them off the top of the head.
America.
I was just about to say that. America, absolutely.
Well, some of their biggest movie sales is on slave movies.
Gone.
Rosewood.
That's what they keep feeding us. Slave stuff. Slave stuff. You know?
Oh, and so how about, man, listen, Uncle Tom's Cabin. You should watch it. Like the elder said, you might not get past the first little bit of it.
That was it called?
Yeah, Uncle Tom's Cabin. When that was published, right before the Civil War, the South went on a protest because they were literally debating if slavery was that bad for the slaves. It was really a political debate, and they said, "Oh, we're being misjudged. It's not really like that. We treat our slaves better than that."
Hey, you know what's proof? You go down to the Kingsley plantation, and they have plaques, and they really try to downplay slavery. They said slavery in Florida wasn't as bad as it was in other parts of the states and in other parts of the country because of the easy living here, and they try to portray Florida as like Disneyland and beaches and sunshine and stuff like that.
That's a lie because St. Augustine was one of the worst places.
They really try to downplay slavery, honestly.
Because people stupid enough to believe it. And that's that guilt. They'll believe it because they don't want to feel as guilty as they should.
And our people will believe it because they don't want to feel as oppressed as they do.
Hey, Con, and with both of those statements just said, you hear the answer, oh yeah, that was such a long time ago, coming from 2/3 of our people are, from the goddamn, the kids of the Edomites that was doing it. Oh, that wasn't us. Hey, Isaiah 14:21, man. Hey, you're gonna suffer the consequences that your forefathers have done to us, man. And we reaping the goddamn curses. Yeah, we reaping the benefits of what we went through beforehand too as well, man. So the same thing with y'all, man. You know, whether it be good or bad, all right. You know, we uphold our deal of the bargain, all right. So y'all got to uphold y'all's as well. Y'all want to sit here bullshit of the world right now? Hey, guess what? You will catch that goddamn boot in your ass at the end of the day, man.
House shot boot.
Gone.
All right, where was that?
Revelation 16?
Yeah.
Back in Ezekiel chapter 28.
Yeah, let's make it Ezekiel 35. And Ezekiel 35 and 3.
This is Isaiah 14:21. Prepare the slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities.
Right, this right here is talking about the Caucasian race. That's known as really talking about biblical Edomites. Right? Edomites. Edomites? I don't know.
I will rise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts, and cut them off from Babylon, the name and remnant and son and nephew, saith the Lord.
I mean, old to young. What you got right here? Old to young.
Hey, what do you say? And son and what? And nephew? Anything that passes seed is gonna be cut off.
Yep, so that's basically Revelation 16, man. Revelation 16 is talking about the judgment upon Esau and upon 2/3 as well. All right? Go ahead, bro. I'm going to get to this Revelation 16 before the battery run out.
Hey, but the Lord is basically doing unto y'all what y'all already did to us. Y'all destroyed us as a nation. Y'all took the name Yasharala out of our mouth and told us we was some niggas. And because of that, but because of that, y'all gotta face that same judgment. The Lord gonna send y'all off the same way y'all send us off. And y'all gonna build our society. What is all said and done?
That's the Baka Shah. We gonna beat the name of Edom into you.
Say it again. What's your name?
Well, not to them, but the people that are watching it, they most likely Jakes. So we should really say it's to them. We're gonna beat it into them, meaning Esau. You know, the person that's watching us, they most likely in the tree.
Oh, snap, you gonna do it?
Yeah, you know, you see a lot of cats, they be like, yeah, you ain't shit. You don't know nothing. Thinking it is like, damn, what the fuck?
I want to watch this.
Turn your camera to Esau. I think he's talking to you. Let me know when he's done. I was trying to make it correct.
It's Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 3. And I say unto it, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee. I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate.
Yep, talking about Esau, man. All right, especially here in America, Babylon. All right, go ahead. Over to 5.
Verse 4.
We're gonna make America most desolate. Why? Because there's gonna be destruction all over the world. But America's gonna be the most desolate place. Go ahead. And even in the kingdom, all these other nations gonna get a small form of living, but Esau gonna be the most desolate again. Go ahead.
Verse 4. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord.
Right. Yep. So the Lord gonna lay America desolate before He destroys it with the missiles. Go ahead.
Verse 5. Because thou hast a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end.
Right. That was it. Over to 5. Right, man. And that's what Esau did, man. They pursued us with the sword. So the Lord said, what? Let's get back to Revelation 16. Where was that?
Revelation 16:6.
Yep.
For they have shed the blood of the saints and prophets, and thou hast given them blood to drink, for they are worthy.
Right. Then the Lord said they're going to drink the cup.
Without measure.
Yeah, without measure. All right. So let's keep going.
And I heard another out of the altar say, even so, Yahweh Almighty, true and righteous are thy judgments.
Right, so the Lord saying in righteousness he's going to judge, man. You know? So true and righteous are thy judgments, man, that he's making right now. True is going to happen and is righteous. All right, so when he brings this destruction, people are going to blaspheme the name of the Lord. People are going to be mad at the Lord. 2/3 of our people, they still mad at the Lord. Look at Charleston White, the brown-skinned Edomite. All right, they mad at the Lord. They think what the Lord is doing is wrong. But it's righteous what he's doing. Right?
And the fourth angel poured out his vial upon the sun, and power was given unto him to scorch men with fire.
There go your coronal mass ejections. All right, so we're gonna have issues with the sun real soon. This happening now. Right. Solar flares. Why? Because they're reflecting the sun rays back at itself with something called barium oxide. They call chemtrails. All right. At the same time, that's poisoning people. They call themselves reflecting the sun rays back at itself, trying to cool the earth from global warming. All right, which is causing the sun to shoot out solar flares, man. All right, coronal mass ejections, like giant nuclear explosions on the sun, and they call them sunspots, and that'll turn and face the earth and shoot right at the earth, causing all kind of death, heat strokes, weather atrocities, because the sun is what controls the weather on the earth. So when you got electronics, when you got bad space weather, you're gonna have horrible earth weather in the what's called the troposphere, the lowest level of the firmament.
Hey, that plays a role in the manipulation of the growing of crops and stuff like that.
All
too,
of that.
When it comes to famine and the goods.
Yep. And drought. More drought on the earth. Water. All right. So that's going to happen. The Lord going to turn what He used for man in the beginning. He made it for us. He's going to use that as a weapon against the people. All right. It's no longer going to be for a peaceful thing. It's going to be a weapon against the people. All right. Somebody grab Isaiah 26 and 15. Let's start off with 2 Ezra 16 and 19.
It's Isaiah chapter 26.
My bad. Let's start off with Sirach 43 and 2. And then we're going to get the other one. We're going to hold on. Let's get Sirach 43 and 2.
This is Sirach. Go ahead.
Yep.
This is Sirach chapter 43, verse 2. Of the law of the Most High and His covenant, and of judgment to justify the ungodly.
Sirach 43?
This is Sirach 43, verse 2. It says, the sun, when it appeareth,
the sun when it appeareth, right, go ahead.
Declaring at his rising a marvelous instrument, the work of the Most High.
Right, so this is the Most High's work. It's an instrument that He could use to heat up the earth. He put the firmament in place. He got everything set in order so we don't get burnt up by the damn sun. You see that? But they messing with that. All right, go ahead.
Verse 3, it says, at noon it parches the country.
So at noon, at the highest point of the sun, it basically parts the country. But why is it not burning the earth? Why is it not scorching the earth, man? Because the Lord got it set up perfect. But Esau want to mess up that. Go ahead.
It says, at noon it parches the country, and who can abide the burning heat thereof?
Who can stay on that burning heat from that sun, man? All right, so in that day, the Lord gonna cause all kind of coronal mass ejections to happen or whatever to burn people up on the earth. So that damn a heat wave, people gonna be scorching, dying of the heat.
And also what's very funny is they say right now the everything has a high and a low. and the sun just entered, like some months, I think it was last year, the sun just entered into its more intense cycle. So now it puts out more heat, more power, and then, you know, some odd years later it's gonna go into its like more dormant phase.
Yeah.
But right now it's in this like very, very high intense cycle right now.
Yep. So that's what they're gonna use, man. You know, the Lord gonna use that against the people on the earth instead of having it be a resource for the people on the earth. It's gonna be a destructive tool, scorching people, man. That's what you're gonna have wildfires. You know, they said Rome was on fire last summer.
Oh, gone.
Yeah, man.
And a good example of that, of the Arizona bubble, the heat bubble around Arizona. You know, just being that, all that damn concrete, it was so hard to walk on. Shit, you can even cook something on the ground out there.
Yep.
You know, they're just going into that's going to be intensified in that day.
Yep. And the Earth magnetic shield is all messed up because of Esau.
Also, yeah, that's like when Moab had made that artificial sun.
Oh, gone.
People walking down the street in their flip flops, and the flip flops are melting on the ground. That's they know they on their bare foot trying to run. You know what I'm saying, to get the shade.
Yeah.
That's what it's gonna be like here in America as well. Your shoes gonna be melting, all type of things.
Yeah. And that's what Moab, the Chinese are trying to do. They're trying to build nuclear energy that can exist in the air. That's the focus of that. Not that we on the same page. Not that they're literally trying to make a new sun. They're trying to make nuclear energy that America can't produce. They're trying to produce it where it could be moved into the sky. Bunch of that. Look at when they got them damn balloons.
Oh, gone. Yeah.
China on some other shit.
Yeah, China on some other shit.
They on some other stuff, man. So that'll create nuclear energy that can just sit there in the sky. All right. Let's get it, y'all. Who's reading?
This is back at Sirach 43, verse 4.
Oh, no, what was that?
Just check it out. 16, 19.
Yeah, just read the 2.
That's 3. That was it.
Sirach 2 all the way to 5.
Sirach chapter 2, verse
43 and 2? Yeah, all the way to 5.
This is verse 4. That's Sirach 43. It says, a man blowing a furnace is in works of heat.
There you go. So a man working in the midst of a furnace, like they used to do on the railroads, and they had the charcoal, or you're working in a furnace, you got to deal with that hot ass heat. But why don't we have to deal with it with the sun?
Right.
So the Most High set it up perfect. All right, go ahead.
It says, a man blowing a furnace is in the works of heat, but the sun burneth the mountains 3 times more.
3 times more. So imagine if the Lord removes that protection, that sun gonna burn some shit up. All right, that's what it's talking about in Revelation 16.
It says, breathing out fiery vapors.
Breathing out fiery vapors. Go ahead. That's the coronal mass ejections, right in the Bible.
And it says, and sending forth bright beams.
Yeah, bright beams, that's called the sun rays. The sun rays are different than the sunlight. See, that's why he said in the beginning, let there be light. That's when he created the sun. That's the award. That's the light that he used. And then later he created the sun beams that reached out to the earth. And then you had a view from the heavens, and then you had a view from the earth what it was going to be to men on the earth. All right? What sun rays was going to do upon the earth. Go ahead. So you have beams, and then you got sunlight, and then you got fire. Fire is a different element than light. But if you look at a fire, it's 2 different elements. All right?
It says, breathing out fiery vapors and sending forth bright beams, it dimmeth the eye.
Yeah, dim the eye like we're doing today. Looking like some Hamites and shit. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 5.
The Lord created all of that. Like the Lord can see in first person, second person, and third person. Like in video games. He saw it from the heavens, what it was created to be out there, before he even placed man upon the earth. And then he saw from our view how it was going to affect our eyes. Go ahead.
It says, great is the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua that made it, and at his commandment it runneth hastily.
There you go. At his commandment it runneth hastily, man. And what's that? Fire that scourges? spirits created for vengeance?
This is Sirach, chapter 40.
You gotta take time, bro.
It might be a different one. This is Sirach, chapter 40. Verse 8. It says, such things happen to all flesh, both man and beast, and that is sevenfold upon sinners. Death and bloodshed, strife, sword, calamities, famine, tribulation, and the scourge. These things are created for the wicked, and for their sakes came the flood. Yeah, this is wrong.
All right, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 39 and verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay out on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force in the sea.
Just like the sun. Right? Time of destruction, go ahead.
And in the time of the destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them.
There you go, man. All right, they're going to appease the Lord's wrath, all of it. The ICBM missiles, the famine. It's going to be a process, a build-up, all the way until the destruction, man. That's called what? The time of Jacob's trouble. All right, let's get back to Revelation 16. We got to move a little quicker, y'all.
Revelation 16, verse 8. And the fourth angel poured out his vial upon the sun, and power was given unto him to scorch men with fire. And men were scorched with great heat, and blasphemed the name of Yahweh, which have power over these plagues, and they repented not to give him glory.
Wait, where you at?
Verse 9, Revelation 16.
Okay, good. Somebody get Zechariah 14 and 12. He said, what? These men were scorched, right? And they repented not. So this is talking about Esau right here. All right, this is Esau. That's why Revelation 16 is focusing on Esau and the silly 2/3 that want to follow behind him.
Zechariah?
Yeah, come on, go about it. 14 and 12.
It's the book of Zechariah, chapter 14 and verse 12. And this shall be the plague wherein the Lord will smite the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth.
Right. Yep, go ahead. Yeah. So that's a judgment that the Lord got for these Edomites that have fought against us. All right. I'm gonna get another too. He said their tongue is going to consume away their mouth. Go ahead, a little bit more. If there's anything.
Verse 13. And it shall come to pass in that day that a great tumult from the Lord shall be among them, and they shall lay hold every one on the hand of his neighbor, and his hand shall rise up against the hand of his neighbor.
So that's it on that. All right, go ahead, brother. Jump off.
Of Psalm 137, verse 6 all the way to 9. If I do not remember thee, let my tongue clave to the roof of my mouth. If I prefer not Jerusalem above my chief joy. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who say, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, who are to be destroyed, happy should he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us.
There you go. That's beautiful, man. All right, so the judgment, the focus is on Esau. All right, but 2/3 they want to get caught up in that judgment. The Lord going to oblige. They're going to let them get destroyed with it. They're going to count them, number them with the wicked. All right? What the focus is Babylon and Esau. They tied together. Go ahead.
Number 9, Psalm 137 and 9. Right. Happy should he be that take and dasheth thy little ones against the stone.
Yeah, that's the kingdom. Yep. We're focusing on destruction right now. All right.
So 26 and 9.
Yeah, Isaiah 26 and 10, real quick, and then we got you ready.
Isaiah 26 and 10.
Right, because look, he said once Esau get hit with that judgment, they still gonna be blaspheming the name of the Lord. They're still gonna be in that prideful state. All right.
This is Isaiah.
As they're getting destroyed like Rocky.
It's Isaiah 26 and 10.
Will they die hard?
It says, let favor be shown to the wicked.
So you hurt.
Yet will he not learn righteousness.
Whoa, see that?
Hey.
So they still not gonna learn. They can never learn righteousness, man. All right, so even when they're getting destroyed, Esau can never learn righteousness. They still gonna be calling on Jesus, goddamn, and all this dumb shit. You know? What do you see when they see that smoke in the sky? You're like, Jesus Christ. You know? They still gonna be blaspheming the name of the Lord. They ain't gonna know how to do it.
J. Willie.
Yeah, J. Willie.
This Psalms 50 and 16. But unto the wicked, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth? Yep. So seeing thou hatest instruction and castest my words behind thee, so they can't get right. The Lord gave them that that illusion and that pride to where they can't fulfill the Lord, you know, in that way.
That's right.
Spiritually.
Right, man. Right, Isaiah 26, 10 all the way to 15.
Isaiah chapter 26.
I'm gonna be the red 10. We can go to 11.
Verse 11. It's Isaiah chapter 26. Start at verse 11.
Yeah, a little quicker. We got to run out of battery.
Lord, when thy hand is lifted up, they will not see, but they shall see and be ashamed for their envy, and the people, yet the fire of thy enemies shall devour them.
See that? They're going to be ashamed and they're going to envy us. But the fire is going to devour them as they envying us. What's that? Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5. So they're going to be blaspheming the Lord. They're going to be mad. You know? Esau. Keep going.
Verse 12.
They're going to envy us. They're going to be mad. The heathen shall envy thee, but they shall be able to do nothing against you. Go ahead.
Lord, thou will ordain peace for us.
He's going to ordain peace for the elect. He's making a separation, especially right here in America. Go ahead.
For thou also hast wrought our works in us.
Wrought our works in us. Go ahead.
Verse 13. O Lord, our power, our God, other lords beside thee have had dominion over us, but by thee only will we make mention of thy name.
There you go, right? Yep, no other way. Only through Yahushua we can make mention of his name. Only through Yahweh we can make mention of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua's name. Not through these idols. None of them, you can't get the name of the Lord. All right? None of these teachers and these representatives of idolatry, man. All right? False gods. You'll never find the name of the Lord that way. Oh, right after this. Go ahead. Oh, with the 15?
Verse 14. They are dead, they shall not live.
Right, Esau is dead, they shall not live, man. They ain't gonna be able to. They can't get the life that the Lord gave to the elect. Go ahead.
They are deceased, they shall not rise.
Right.
Therefore,
then they're not gonna rise again. Go ahead.
Therefore, hast thou visited and destroyed them and made all their memory to perish?
That's what the Lord doing with Esau. See, all right, he's gonna make all their memory to perish, man. He gonna by destroying them. All right, and they can never get the truth. So even in their destruction, they're not gonna be able to repent, even though they seek it with tears. That was it. 15.
Verse 15. Thou hast increased the nation, O Lord. Thou hast increased the nation. Thou art glorified. Thou hast removed it far unto all the ends of the earth.
Right. So the Lord has increased Israel. By that time, the Lord he's going to increase the elect. That's the time of the Gentiles become in. All right. So the Lord is going to increase his number of the elect of Israel. All right. And he's going to put down these Edomite Caucasian races. Go ahead, brother.
It's the book of Zechariah, chapter 13 and verse 7. Awake, O sword, against my shepherd, and against the man that is my fellow, saith the Lord of hosts. Smite the shepherd, and the sheep shall be scattered, and I will turn my hand upon the little ones. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, and the third shall be left therein. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and I will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord is my power.
There you go, man. See that? The Lord gonna make a separation. We might have to bring that out again too later, if I get to this verse before the battery go dead. But yeah, that's the separation the Lord making right in this place, America. 2/3 are gonna be cut off with Esau. All right, but there's really talking about Esau's destruction right here. But later on, you're gonna see that 2/3 gonna be numbered with the wicked. All right.
how the shepherd had to be smite for the sheep to scatter. It was all the Lord's doing, all the Lord's will.
Yeah, that was talking about Yahweh being smitten. Yep, he smote Yahweh, and then the sheep represent us. Then we can be scattered. Other than that, we wouldn't have been scattered around the world unless Yahweh had to be smitten first. But the same thing goes for Esau. And you know, now it goes for them. The Lord gonna smite their shepherd. Yep. I want to continue, but go ahead, brother. You got something real quick?
Huh? I can hold it.
You sure? Yeah. All right, real quick. Let me can you go to the next verse? You sure? It probably got something to do with this point. Yeah, go ahead.
It's the book of Jeremiah 5 and 3 all the way to 5. Oh Lord, are not thine eyes upon the truth? Thou hast stricken them, but they have not grieved.
There you go, that's perfect, man.
Thou hast consumed them, but they have refused to receive correction.
Wow.
They have made their face harder than a rock. They have refused to return. Therefore I say, certainly, these are poor. They are foolish, for they know not the way of the Lord.
Right, that's why Israel represents the poor. All right, so that's what it's talking about, Israel. Go ahead.
Nor the judgment of their God, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. I will get meat unto the great men, and will speak unto them.
Right, the great men represent the elect.
Okay. I will speak unto them, for they have known the way of the Lord, and the judgment of their God, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. But these have all together broken the yoke and burst the bonds.
Right, that's 2/3. Right, so that goes to that separation again that the Lord is making. So it ain't gonna be just Esau. You're gonna have 2/3 of Jake too. All right, let's get back to Revelation 16.
This is the book of Revelation 16, verse 10. And the fifth angel poured out his vial upon the seat of the beast, and his kingdom was full of darkness, and they
gnawed.
They gnawed their tongues for pain.
Right, there you go. That goes to Esau again. So their kingdom is going to be full of darkness. What does that represent? That goes into the same plagues that the Lord brought on Egypt. He brought a moment of darkness on this place. What are they talking about with the cyber attack? EMPs, man. You know? And then there's another point. The seed of the beast, right? Somebody get let me make sure. What do you say, the sides of the north? Huh? Isaiah 14 and 12. Isaiah 14 and 12.
It's Isaiah chapter 14, verse 12. It says, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground?
Right, this is talking about America and also Esau, all right? Because America represents like the Ur, the Chaldees. It means light, a war. That was the capital of Chaldea. So it's talking about America really in this chapter, but it also goes into Esau where it says Lucifer. All right? Lucifer, son of the morning. Go ahead.
Which did weaken the nation.
Right, the elites, the globalists, they weakened all the nations through America. They used America to do it. All right, that's the seed of the beast. All right? Go ahead.
Verse 13, Isaiah 14. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High.
Right, and that's twofold. They try to physically go out past the stars, and they want to exalt themselves above the children of Israel. That's what it's talking about. The children of Israel right there. They're the stars. Go ahead.
I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north.
Right, the congregation, they want to sit over us. The congregation is the Israelites over here in America, and they want to sit and reign over us in the sides of the north. That's what the elites ruled over us at through America. You see that? All right, so they built the system of slavery here. What's that? The woman sitting upon the the waters. She's, what's that? Revelation 12. Sitting upon the sea. Oh. Yeah, this is the woman upon many waters. Is that it?
17.
This is Revelation chapter 17, verse 15. I'm going to start at 14. These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them, for he is the Lord of lords and the King of kings, and they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful. And he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues.
That's it right there. That's good enough. There's a couple more precepts, but that's perfect. All right. So where the whore sitteth, that's America. The whore meaning is being used by what? Those elite bankers, the globalists over there in Europe. So they wanted to rule over here in the sides of the North America. So that's the seed of the beast. Can you read Revelation 16 again with the seed of the beast part?
Revelation 16:10, and the fifth angel poured out his vial upon the sea of the beast, and his kingdom was full of darkness.
See that? So his kingdom, this is Esau's kingdom. Those elite bankers, they running this. They running America. All right. And he said it was full of darkness. Let's get 2nd Ezra 15:11. Oh wait, Isaiah 47:1 first. All right. So that's talking about America right here, man. Being put down into a third world country, ultimately to be destroyed, man.
Isaiah chapter 47, verse 1. It says, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans.
There you go.
Sit
on the ground. So that represents the Lord bringing America down. There's being darkness here. There's going to be a plague of darkness that hit this place, especially with the ICBM missiles. But there's going to be darkness before that. All right? They saying prepare for it. What they say, a dark winter?
Gone.
Yeah, there's going to be less, they're going to put the lights out. They're going to have a lights out scenario. All right? And ultimately, you're going to have the ICBMs that put the lights out. Meaning, the sun, moon, and the stars not going to shine. You ain't going to see them. All right, let's keep going. Hold on.
I'll wait.
Yeah, what was we reading?
Isaiah 47.
How far you want to go?
Oh, 2nd Ezra 12 and 11. Yep. 2nd Ezra 12, 15 and 11. Sorry about that.
15 and 11.
15 and 11.
2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 11. It says, the Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence.
15 and 11.
It says, but Ezra 15:11, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with blades as before, and I will destroy it. And I will destroy all the land thereof.
See that? And not only he's going to smite this Egypt with darkness, he's also going to destroy the land. See that? As before. All right. So let's get into them plays real quick, briefly. Exodus 10 and 21. All right. Wisdom of Solomon 17 and 1.
You said 10 and 21?
Yep.
Exodus 10 and 21?
Yep. 10 and 21. Yep. We might not read Wisdom of Solomon because that breaks down everything that happened. We have to read from 1 over to 21.
This is Exodus chapter 10, verse 21. And the Lord said unto Moses, stretch out thine hand toward heaven, that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt, even darkness which may be felt.
Damn. It was that dark. Darkness that may be felt. It was that thick and dark. You can feel the shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's the type of darkness going to be here. You see something you can get straight to it?
Yeah, straight to it.
Yeah.
This is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 17, verse 5. It says, no power of the fire might give them light, neither could the bright flames of the stars endure to lighten that horrible night.
There you go. That's how dark it's going to be here, man. You know, you're going to be able to see the stars. The stars ain't going to help nothing. The moon ain't going to help.
Match.
The sun either. Interjection? Good.
This is verse 23 of Exodus chapter 10. They saw not one another, neither rose any from his place for 3 days, but all the children of Israel had light in their dwellings.
Oh, see that? The elect gonna be taken care of, man. Right, in the midst of that. That's why people like, yo, y'all should be scared too. Nah, we ain't scared. We scared of the Father, the one that's bringing it. All right? We ain't scared of it. If he got a hammer in his hand, we ain't scared of the belt. We scared of our dad. He can put the belt down and pick up something else and beat you with it. It's mine. That's what he's
that belt laying on the ground ain't doing shit. When he pick it up.
Without the holder. All right, go ahead. The yield of the belt.
Verse 6 of Wisdom of Solomon 17. It says, only there appeared unto them a fire kindled of itself, very dreadful, for being much terrified, they thought the things which they saw to be worse than the sight that they saw not.
Right, so, yep. All right, so they ain't gonna be worrying about the darkness in that day. They're gonna be worrying about the things that go bump in the night. They're gonna be worrying about the things that's moving in the dark. That when their mind gonna start playing tricks on them. All these damn
movies,
hallucinogens that people on today. What they call them? Psychedelics. Psychedelics. All these voodoo people into. This Egyptology and shit. This Christianity, you know, they spooked out. They watch all these movies and shit. And dark ass demon movies and ghosts and shit. Well, look, they're gonna have to wrestle with their mind in that day. Cause they done ate that vision that Esau been telling through the screen. And now that they consume that, in that day they're gonna have to wrestle with that.
They was getting messed up during the whole
yeah, you can say lockdown.
When everything was closed.
You can say lockdown.
Okay, during the whole lockdown, when everything was closed, they people was like kind of stressed out because they needed like human interaction and shit like that.
Oh yeah, and there was a guy that wrote an article saying that you're separating a society of some social beings that thrive off being social. You're telling them not to social distance, and that's crazy. And going back to the psychedelics, you know, certain of those psychedelic drugs. Even when you come down off them, you can have a relapse at any given time. 20 years down the line, it'll spark the endorphins back up in your brain. You can start hallucinating again.
And they found a new zombie virus.
Oh, come on, yeah, I saw that.
They found a new zombie virus.
Talking about Black Ops 3?
Yeah. But they found a new zombie John that and they said it's some type of
it wasn't no drug?
No, they got two of them. It was that. And then they got another one that goes to some type of fungus. And that fungus can attach to the insect.
Oh yeah.
And then it actually grows tentacles out of the insect before it takes over their body. It take over the mind. It take over the mind of the insect, and it actually grows shit out of it. Like it grows appendages, just like venom.
The appendages is what kills it, and then that appendage releases spores and
try to get more. But that's that. There you go. Imagine that in the dark. See,
mushroom zombies and shit.
Yeah, you're alone with the lady that went down there to get whatever, like Cesariak got. Shit. You know, Cesariak turned into venom and shit.
Just like The Last of Us. You ever played that video game? This one entity on there, it looked like a living, walking mushroom.
Yeah.
And it shoots spores out and it passes itself on to living matter and changes.
Then you got to worry about fat people. I mean, bigger people. You gotta worry about the people with these no, not like that. I'm talking about obesity. But you gotta worry about that because in that day they're gonna be eating people. Cannibalism, man, gangs. You know, some of these people are monsters. Jeffrey Dahmer, they're gonna come to life.
Yeah, hunger can cause the mind to do some terrible things, man.
That's right, man. Yep.
What they call it, getting hangry?
Hangry,
yeah, exactly.
Yep, so the Lord gonna bring all of that, man. Especially over there in Elon. They showed that the other day. Elon was looking down this tunnel. He was looking down this little street. I used to watch it like this, but they caught me. I was like, what the fuck are you looking at? And it was like a farm, but it was pitch black.
Yeah.
And he was about to go that way with his motorcycle, then he stopped. And he was like, yo, you see that? And there was something like fucking moving like a fucking arm. And then the shit started going up, then it came down. It was weird, man. I was like, yeah, that's the type of stuff the Lord gonna bring in the dark. They're gonna release some demons on the earth. You know they got CERN.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
They got all kind of wicked vibrations out here, man.
They didn't bring out the data that they didn't bring out the data yet about what happened because they recently turned it on in this in early January, and they didn't bring out the data yet.
Yeah, and they saw a little anyway, but
yeah.
What did the demons say to the Lord? Did you come to judge us before our time? So demons are real, man. They're gonna be jumping on these people, man. We know some people that had demons on them, fucking pulling their hair out, pulling bones out of sockets and shit. I don't want to be around that dude in that day. You?
I mean, wow. That just, it's just.
I'm good. Sorry, bro.
So if I made it, like these things, these are just like, it's like video games, but like real life. Dead Space. When it started pulling and transforming, Dead Space. You got Resident Evil. You got all these we'll say catastrophe level things that catastrophic level things that could wipe out the world. And guess what? Esau around here like he ain't playing with it. You know what I'm saying? And he mess around there and do something like Doom or Half-Life. You open the portal and something come out that portal and start jacking you up.
Yeah, and also you got the zoo. You forget about that. The teeth of wild beasts. See that?
And the prisons. Imagine all the prisons get unlocked, and all the people who actually need to be there get out. The real serial killers. We ain't talking about a drug dealer getting loose on the street. That's straight. He just gonna try to live. But you got the Jeffrey Dahmers hopping out of jail. Yeah. Oh no.
But back to the animals.
Kind of animals too.
He said that the beast's gonna be moving out of their place. Right?
Hungry lion.
Then bunch of silverbacks running around this.
Right. I just seen a Jake the other day on the social media. He had his face ripped off by a chimpanzee. He was a Jake. He was like a Judite, but he had no bottom jaw. It was like just teeth. It was his teeth, and his whole face was ripped off. It was like a damn sewed up dog. And he said he thought the monkey was gonna kill him, but they didn't. Then you got at the Jacksonville Zoo. The worker, she turned around and there's a fucking bear loose over there. Yeah, they ripped her apart, fucked the head up. But she alive, but they just fucked her up real bad. So these animals gonna go crazy too. All right, let's keep going. Yeah, let's keep going real quick. Oh, you got something? Yeah, go ahead.
This is 2 Peter, chapter 3, and verse 11. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness, looking forward and hasting unto the coming of the day of God, wherein the heavens, being on fire, shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Nevertheless, we according to his promise look for a new heaven and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness.
Right.
That's what it's all about. It's about repenting to our true power, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. We gotta get our minds out of this world because there's judgment coming here that you don't want no parts of. Whether it be a missile or a monkey, you don't want no parts of it.
Right. All right, somebody get back to Revelation 16. We're focusing on the darkness and the seed of the beast.
Revelation 16:10. And the fifth angel poured out his vial upon the seat of the beast, and his kingdom was full of darkness, and they gnawed their tongues for pain.
Right, the Lord says it's going to be weeping and gnashing of teeth. All right, it's going to be painful. All right, he's not going to let them he's not going to take their spirit out of their body yet. He's going to leave them there to feel the pain. All right, keep going, brother.
And blaspheme the power of heaven because of their pains and their sores, and repented not for their deeds. And the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared.
See that? That's gonna be that where the Euphrates River is. It has always in the ancient times has always been a ground for war when it was dried up before, but then it became a river again. It slowed down the wars from the people on the side of Turkey and the one from the other side, right? Even the invasion against Babylon, they used the Euphrates. All right, so that's a war ground, but it's covered with water right now and it's drying up. All All right, because of Turkey, what they're doing with the water. All right, they control it in the north, and they shut it off so it doesn't flow to the south. You know, so and then you got the droughts that's kicking up too. So that's drying out the land over there, and it's making it into a ground for war. And the kings of the east represent all those allied nations like Russia, China, Iran, you know, all those other nations like the Kurds and them. All right.
And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon and out of the mouth of the beast.
Right, somebody got Isaiah 14:9.
And out of the mouth of the false prophet.
Right, so we saw spirits, 3 unclean spirits, so everything they're coming up with is unclean, is wickedness. Right, the same ones that helped to establish America from Europe. What's that? The banking system, the military, and the religious system. They're the ones that's bringing about this war of Armageddon. All right, bringing all these nations to war through their deceptive manipulation behind the scenes.
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 9. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming.
Right.
It stirred up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It had raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations.
All the kings of the nations, you know, and the dead ones, who is that talking about? Those nations that's in the east. They're all raising up to come against America and its allies. All right? Let's keep going, bro.
Revelation 16 and 13. And 14, my bad. For they are the spirits of devils working miracles, which
they the spirits. Basically the mindset, the plans, the agenda of these devils, man. Esau is the devil that the Bible speaks of. They are the spirits of devils going out to the world, bringing them into this war, man. So this is all done through wicked manipulation. Go ahead, brother.
Which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world to gather them to the battle of the great day of Yahweh Almighty.
Right, yeah. So it's all the Most High's will to lead Esau into this war.
Behold, he come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth garments, lest he walk naked and they see his shame.
Right, so what's your garments? Your garments represent putting on the full armor of the Lord. You know, the helmet, the breastplate of righteousness, you know. All right, so that's putting on the full armor. So people that's teaching lies out here, they don't have any covering. They don't have on the full armor, all right? Let's get Matthew 13 and 33. Let's try to move quick, y'all. All the way at 37.
It's the book of St. Matthew, chapter 13, and verse 33.
Yep.
Either make the tree good and his fruit good, or else make the tree corrupt and his fruit corrupt.
Matthew 13?
13 and 33?
Yep, 13, 33.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 13, starting at verse 33. Another parable spake he unto them, the kingdom of heaven is like unto leaven, which a woman took and hid in 3 measures of meal, till the whole was leavened. All these things spake Yahushua unto the multitude in parables, and without a parable spake he not unto them, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken by the prophet, saying, I will open my mouth in parables, I will utter things which have been kept secret from the foundation of the world. Then Yahushua sent the multitude away and went into the house, and his disciples came unto him, saying, Declare unto us the parable of the tares of the field. He answered and said unto them, He that soweth the good seed is the Son of Man.
That's right. Oh, keep going.
The field is the world, the good seed are the children of the kingdom, but the tares are the children of the wicked one.
Keep going.
The enemy that sowed them is the devil. The harvest is the end of the world, and the reapers are the angels. As therefore the tares are gathered and burned in the fire, so shall it be in the end. So shall it be in the end of this world.
Well, keep going. All the 42. Right, so the wicked gonna be gathered and burned, as we just read in Revelation 16. All right, but the righteous gonna be gathered to be delivered. All right, go ahead.
Verse 41, the Son of Man shall send forth his angels, and they shall gather out of his kingdom all things that offend, and them which do iniquity,
Right.
and shall cast them into the furnace of fire. There shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth.
There you go, man. All right, that's what he said, the wailing and gnashing of teeth. They're going to grit their teeth for pain. All right, and the Lord going to send out his angels to do it, as we read in Revelation 16. Somebody get that Revelation 15 real quick.
Revelations 15:1, and I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels having the 7 last plagues.
There you go, 7 angels that have been given the power over the 7 last plagues, man. And in that 7th plague, there's still 7 more plagues that the missile's going to cause. All right, that's what this is. Go ahead.
For in them,
yep, 7 trumpets. Then you got the 7 plagues of the 7th trump. That's what we're reading about.
For in them is filled up the wrath of Yahweh.
Right, in the vials is filled up the wrath of the Lord. The Lord already got the remedy written. Everything's prescribed for Esau. Go ahead.
And I saw it as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire.
Right, that's the firmament. It's going to be mingled with the fire from the what do you call that? Mushroom cloud. That's going to burn the air, and the elect going to be on top of the firmament in the chariots, looking down at the fire coming up to them. Go ahead.
And them that had gotten the victory over the beast and over his image and over his mark and over his number of his name stand on the sea of glass, having the hearts of Yahweh. And they sing the song of Moses, the servant of Yahweh, and the song of the Lamb, saying, "Great and marvelous are thy works."
Right. See, this goes hand in hand with Revelation 16. All right, it's showing you the aftermath of the destruction. But Revelation 16 is breaking down the process of the nations laying siege against America, the process of the Lord laying siege against America and against Esau. All right, 2/3. Go ahead.
Yahweh, power almighty, just and true are thy ways, thou King of saints. Who shall not fear thee, O Lord, and glorify thy name? For the
Charleston White.
For thou only art holy. For all nations shall come and worship before thee, for thy judgments are made manifest. And after that I looked, and behold, the temple of the tabernacle of the testimony in heaven was open. And the 7 angels came out of the temple, having the 7 plagues, clothed in pure and white linen.
These are angels, man. This is how they dress. They're clothed in pure white linen. They're glowing. And this is going to happen in the heavens. See, the same way space weather affects the earth, the same way the things in heaven, when the Lord gives up the judgment first, it's happening out there first. And then it happens upon the earth.
And having their breasts girded with golden girdles, and one of the 4 beasts gave unto the 7 angels 7 golden vials full of the wrath of Yahweh, who liveth forever and ever. And the temple was filled with the smoke from the glory of Yahweh and from his power, and no man was able to enter into the temple till the 7 plagues of the seven angels were fulfilled.
Right, so that's basically talking about the kingdom. So this earth is going to be filled with smoke from what? The ICBMs. And then when the elect get taken up into the chariots, as it said earlier, we're not going to be able to come back down, resting in chambers. We're not going to be able to re-enter the temple, meaning this earth, until the destruction passes over, right? But the temple's going to be full of smoke. What's that? From they said going to be black as sackcloth of hair. So if you put hair, afro in front of the sun, that's how thick the smoke going to be from the ICBMs. All right? And once the elect get taken up into the chariots, they're not going to be able to enter back into the atmosphere by the angels. The angels ain't going to let us budge until the go ahead.
All right, this Isaiah chapter 26, verse 20. Come, my people, enter down into thy chambers and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself as it were for a little moment until the indignation be overpassed.
Right, man. See that? Hide thyself for a little moment. Just chill until the indignation be overpassed. The chambers represent apartments. Apartments in the sky is going to set you apart from the kingdom. You see that? The kingdom on the earth, the temple, we're going to be in apartments. It's like chambers, man. There's going to be women. The chambers represent the parlors. Just like a parlor you'll go chill at, man. You might see family members in there, or brothers. You might come out your room, wake up in the bed, have a new body. And you walk out and see you're like, oh man, the brother here. I would love that. You know what I mean? I would love to see all y'all there. I pray y'all see me there. I would love that. Yeah. Go ahead, bro.
Or this Psalms 126 and 1. When the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, turned again the captivity of Zion, we were like them that dreamed. Then was our mouth filled with laughter, and our tongue with singing. Then said they among the heathen, the Lord hath done great things for them.
That's a blasphemy. They're gonna be hating. They're gonna be hating. They're gonna be hating. That's Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5.
Good. The Lord hath done great things for us, whereof we are glad. Turn again our captivity, O Yahweh, as the streams in the south. They that sow in tears shall reap in joy.
Remember the trail of tears? Yep, we sowing in tears doing this work. You're gonna reap in joy. All right? All right, everything you lost trying to do this work, the world turned against you. You lost your woman, you lost your job, you lost your friends, your family. Well, you're gonna reap in joy. We gotta lose these things so we can reap in the future. All right, go ahead.
Revelation 16.
Yep. Yeah, go ahead.
Revelation 16, verse. Oh no, we was at 15.
I think so, right?
That was it. 15.
Yeah, Revelation 16. Yeah.
All right, Revelation 16, verse 15. Behold, he come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked and they see his shame.
Right. Who gonna see the shame of the 2/3? The elect and also the angels. All right. So what's that? Matthew 24:35. Yeah, 35. Yeah.
This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 35. It's like,
yeah, quick as you can, whoever gets fast.
Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away.
Right, so the rulership now is going to pass away, but the Lord's word is not going to pass away. Go ahead.
Verse 36?
Yeah. Oh, verse 44.
Verse 36. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only.
Right, so the Most High, the only one that knows the moment where He's going to bring this judgment, man. All right, go ahead. So the Lord going to come as a thief in the night.
Verse 37. Yep. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
Right, they're going to be caught naked. They're going to be caught off guard. Go ahead.
Verse 38. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark. Verse 39.
Right, and if you knew somebody was going to break into your home, you would prepare, you would get dressed and ready. You wouldn't run out there butt ass naked. You get ready, you put your shoes on, you know, what the hell is this? You know what I'm saying? So Jake not doing that right now. They have no sense of urgency. A spiritual urgency, man. They completely sleep. They're gonna get caught off guard. Go ahead, bro.
And knew not until the flood came and took them all away, so shall also the the coming of the Son of Man be.
Right. See, all these people gonna get caught off guard. They're coming the same way. The first death was that way. The second death is gonna be the same way. Gonna catch these people off guard. They're not gonna see it coming when America gets destroyed. Go ahead.
Verse 40. Then shall two be in the field.
Two people.
The one.
No good. Two people.
The one shall be taken, and the other left.
There you go. All right. So that's the point. We ain't gotta go too deep into that. All right. Luke 12 and 34.
Luke chapter 12, verse 34. It says, for where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.
That sounds like Matthew chapter 6 to me.
Yeah, somebody, go ahead. Whoever can get it.
Luke chapter 12, verse 44.
34.
34? 34. For wait. What is it? Where your heart is, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. Let your loins be girded about, and your lights burning.
5 minutes.
And ye yourselves like unto men that wait for their Lord.
Right, your loins girded, man. You know, be covered. You know, so you don't walk naked. All right, go ahead. And be as people that's waiting on the Lord. Go ahead, bro.
It says, and ye yourselves like unto men that wait for their Lord, when he will return from the wedding, that when he cometh and knocketh, they may open unto him immediately. Blessed are those servants whom the Lord, when he cometh, shall find watching. Verily I say unto you, that he shall gird himself and make them to sit down to meat, and will come forth and serve them.
Wow, man. Woo. That's talking about Yahushua, man. All right. Let's keep going with Revelation 16. Let's just read it straight through, because we can finish it on here real fast.
All right, Revelation.
Like a bunch of precepts.
Yeah, I see.
Revelation 16 and 17.
Man, to go to this at the house or something. All right.
And the seventh angel poured out his vial into the air, and there came a great voice out of the temple of heaven from the throne saying, "It is done."
Saying it's done. That's what we're waiting for. Once they say that, that means Esau time is up. It's done. They got destroyed now. The destruction happened. The siege has happened, and now it's time for the what do you do at the end of the fireworks? The
finale.
The finale. Now the finale, man. That's when the 200 million missiles gonna rain on this place. You're gonna have a build-up. That's what we were just reading. It was a build-up to the war and the destruction. Huh?
Crescendo.
The crescendo, yeah. All right, go ahead.
Verse 18, and there were voices and thunders and lightnings, and there was a great earthquake such as was not since men were upon the earth, so mighty an earthquake and so great, and the great city was
right. You said a great earthquake, right? Where are you at?
Verse 18.
18. Look at Revelation 11 again. 11 and 13, all the way to 14.
Revelation chapter 11 and verse 13. In the same hour was there a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell.
There you go.
And in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000, and the remnant were frightened and gave glory to the God of heaven.
Right. Go back to 18. Jump right back in.
Revelation. And there were voices and thunderings.
Yeah, Revelation 16, 18.
Revelation 16 and 18, there were voices and thunderings and lightnings, and there was a great earthquake, such as was not since where men were upon the earth.
Right, so there were voices and thunders and lightning. What does that represent? That's judgment being issued out in the heavens. So after they say, God, Yahweh is done, we did everything upon the earth, now what? He gonna start giving out the judgment for the next thing. All right, and then that's when you're gonna see the earthquake. All right, they're gonna pour out his vial upon the air. The missile's gonna cleanse the air. You see that? It's gonna cause an earthquake on the earth. It's showing you the whole process. From the sky to the ground. See, we went from the sea, right? Then to the sun, then to the air. Now we're dealing with the earth.
All terrain 3.
Yep, now the Lord is getting to the grounds of the earth. You know, ground zero, America. All right, go ahead, brother.
This Isaiah 24 and 20, the earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard.
Yep.
It shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again.
There you go, man. That's beautiful, man. All right. Yeah, where's that? 19? Yeah, I can't bring all these out. Way too long. I did it later. But go ahead.
Revelation 16 and 19, the great city was divided into 3 parts, and the cities of the nations fell, and great Babylon came in remembrance before Yahweh,
right,
to give unto her the cup of the wine of the fierceness of his wrath.
Right, so America's it's kind of picking up on the mic, but America is spiritually divided up into 3 parts, all right? But we saw it physically divided up into 10 parts. But it's spiritually divided up into 3 parts, which represents the sons of the wicked, the sons of Yahweh, and the sons of men, which represent these nations. All right? So the Lord is going to divide America up spiritually. Can you read that again so it can be clear? The 3rd part.
Revelation 16 and 19, the great city was divided into 3 parts, and the cities of the nations fell, and great Babylon came in remembrance before Yahweh, to give unto her the cup of the wine of the fierceness of his wrath.
There you go. And then you got Zechariah 13 and 8. We ain't got to get it. But within that, you got the sons of the wicked, the sons of God, and the sons of men, which represent these nations. The sons of the wicked represent Esau. And then you got the sons of God, but 2/3 are going to be separated from the sons of God. Yep, the original sons of God from the beginning. Now called Israelites, 2/3 going to be cut off and die, but the 3rd part going to be left therein. All right, so they're going to be the ones that deliver. All right.
Verse 20, and every island fled away, and the mountains were not found.
Right, Micah 4:1. And Micah 4:1.
This is Micah chapter 4, verse 1. But in the last days it shall come to pass that the mountain of the house of the Lord shall be established in the top of the mountains, and it shall be exalted above the hills, and people shall flow unto it.
There you go. Can you get back where you was again?
Revelation 16 and 20.
Daniel 12:1. Go ahead.
And every island fled away, and the mountains were not found.
There you go. So all these governments, everything that's ruling now, they're going to disappear from off the earth. All right? And Israel is going to be exalted, the mountain that's going to be standing. Esau's mountain is going to fall. Remember he said he's going to make him a burnt mountain? All right, go ahead. Daniel 12:1. And then Revelation 20:5.
The book of Daniel, chapter 12 and verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as there never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book.
There you go, man. So, all right.
Said Revelation chapter 20.
Yeah, 20 and 11. Just get to the point.
Revelation chapter 20, verse 11. And I saw a great white throne, and him that sat on it, from whose face the earth and the heaven fled away, and there was found no place for them.
Right. All right. So that's talking about these elites. They ain't gonna have. They're gonna try to run and hide, but ain't gonna be nowhere to run. All right. Especially here in America. You know. All right. Let's get back to where we was at. He said he saw all the mountains and the islands fled away, man. They're gonna lose their rulership on the earth. All right. We got a lot of precepts that come up, but go ahead.
Revelation 16 and 21. And there fell upon men a great hail.
You got to start from 20 again.
Oh, Shalaki. Verse 20. And every island fled away, and the mountains were not found. And there fell upon men a great hail out of heaven.
Oh, there you go. This is the finale.
God.
This the great hail goes into Revelations chapter 9 with 200 million missiles. He said, I heard the number of them. And it was 200 million missiles. But right here it's talking about the warheads, man. We got to understand that. All right, because a warhead is a missile is the weight of like 2,000 something pounds, but a talent, an ancient talent, was the weight of like 200 pounds, 200, 300 pounds. So these warheads, especially America's warheads, in other countries they have warheads from 200 pounds to 1,000 something pounds. All right, and 200 million missiles, really talking about 200 million warheads. Then the missiles don't hit the earth. The missiles, they usually break apart. And the warhead hits the earth. That's why in Revelation 9 it said that the power is in their mouth and in their tail. Not the rest of the missile. That's just a projectile. A transporter, yeah. All right, go ahead, brother.
Revelation 16 and 21. There fell upon men a great hail out of heaven, every stone about the weight of a talent, and men blasphemed Yahweh because of the plague of the hail. For the plague thereof was exceedingly great.
All right, and the elect gonna be in the chariots by this time, and the ones on the earth, they're gonna experience that. They're gonna see all them damn warheads falling down on them, you know, and they're gonna be crying out and cussing and all kind of shit. Huh? Yeah, kind of. All because of the pain, and they're gonna realize what they did. That goes to Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5. Go ahead, though.
This is Joshua chapter 10, verse 11. And this is when Israel was fighting with five different kings, 5 different nations at one time. And it came to pass as they fled from before Israel, we beat them and they were running away from us. And we're in the going down to Bethron, that the Lord cast down great stones from heaven upon them unto Hezekiah, and they died. They were more which died with hailstones than they whom the children of Israel slew with the sword. So Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is always going to be fighting for the people of Israel. All right, he's always going to be with us. We're always going to be with him.
Right, man.
Since the days of old, we was always with him. He always fought for us.
Right. All right. I'm gonna get this precept. It's all good. All good. Let me see real quick. Isaiah 51. We can end it with Revelation 8. I think we just read that, didn't we? Yeah, yeah, the wormwood.
Yeah, we read.
Go ahead, brother.
The book of Malachi, chapter 4, verse 1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day cometh that shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings, and shall go forth and grow up as calves in a stall.
Right, yep. And what you do with calves in the stall, meaning you serve them, you take personal care of them. That's what the brother Canuck read, the bishop. He read earlier, when he read about Yahushua showing up, he's going to serve us, man. You know, he's going to take care of us. He knows we don't have everything. He's going to take care of us as a creator. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
No, he washed the disciples' feet when he was here on earth. So that shows the level of love and care that he has for us.
He gave his life.
He gave his life.
He said, greater love to have no man than this, that a man laid out his life for his friends.
Right, man.
That's what he did.
So, yep. So, yeah, man, that was perfect.
100%.
Basically saying in America, there's going to be a division, a separation between the righteous and the wicked, man. All right, that's what Revelation 16 represents, the destruction upon Esau, and then eventually, ultimately, 2/3 in these heathens that are in this place, America. All right, and that's it. We're going to end it there. Let's break down Revelation 16. Hopefully it'll edify. All right, we'll say, Call, Alayim, La, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, 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 All right, double honor to the elder apostles at GMS, and shalom to you, Akim, and Akwat to my children that believe in sincerity and truth, and that's looking for the kingdom, man, because we almost out of here. All right, around the four corners of the earth, say shalom.
Shalom.
Yo.
Ooh, can we see?
What the fuck? I was like, what? And it just.
Yo, we still live.
Like, are you serious?
Okay, select. Got it.
I was like, you see?